Well, welcome to another fucking video. The people requested it, so here I am, and I'm going to be doing way more role plays where I will be showing how I am able to close by helping my students, but with a lot of participation on my side. So that you can see exactly how I am able to make $50,000 a month and work with 9-figure companies, all by being a closer from the comfort of my fucking home. Okay? So in this role play that you're about to see, you're going to see some things that will allow you to take to a complete new level. Okay? You're going to understand how to properly do discoveries, how you can ask very clear questions that will allow you to really understand the life of the prospect, how much money he makes, how he feels, you fucking name it. All right? I will like you to pay attention on how fast I go when we're talking about hardcore data like numbers, dollar amounts, hour amounts, very fast with that. But when it comes to feeling, when it comes to emotional aspects, I am able to slow down and get to the root of the matter. Okay. And this is something that you should be implementing as well. If you are someone who is not being able to really exponential, like if you cannot enhance the fucking pain of the prospect, not by creating it because it's not your job, but by really uncovering it and showing it to the surface so that the prospect can see it with his own eyes and say, fuck this, you're not going to close. But if you're able to really make him see the reality of his life, the prospect has no option but to face it. And unless he becomes literally a rage quitter and he just leaves the call, this person will buy because you're putting the problem in front of him. This is the secret to sales. This is the secret to closing. So really pay attention, okay? You can see how I can make the prospect relive the biggest moments that they had in their lives and how that make them feel. You can see why it's so important to anchoring to the present, all right? What happened? There has to be a story. There has to be a factor. There has to be a turning point for the prospect to really say, I need to change today. And if you don't find it, people just, they won't pay you thousands of dollars, okay? So I'm making a yapathon of this one already. I want you to pay attention and see because this is how you fucking close. So pay attention, write some fucking notes, and literally just copy me. I am giving you this for fucking free, okay? Feel free, feel like one of my students, see how they improve live, learn with them through this video. And if you're done with being gay as fuck and just watching free stuff and you say, you know what, I actually want to improve more, I actually want to take things to the next level, stop being gay and join the mentorship. It's not going to be cheap. So if you genuinely cannot pay it, don't do it. Don't be an idiot. But be happy with staying on the outside, seeing how people make more money than you if you just, settle for watching free stuff. Anyways, that being said, I hope you enjoyed this shit anyways, because there's a lot of value in it. And change your fucking life. Be better. Be more skilled. This video is your first step. So enjoy it, and I will see you within the video. All right, lads. Welcome once again to apparently role play sessions. I want to focus more on this one, so we're going to give it another shot. Of course, you can ask me questions if you have something. Otherwise, we're just going to jump. I really want you guys to become good at this shit. And I have a bonus. I have a surprise. I didn't post it now because I want you guys to be focused on this. But once we finish with this calls, I'm going to be posting a very nice training. Probably the most important training if you guys really want to become good as closers. So pay a lot of attention on this one. It's good. It's good. So yeah. All right. No, what the fuck is the chat? All right. So let's begin. I'm all ears if you guys have a question and you want to start with that. Otherwise, we'll just jump with the role plays. Nothing. Okay. All right. This is good. Interesting. So we got Jared, George, Russian comrade. Okay. Let's gonna start with it. We're gonna start with the first role play. Are you guys fucking ready?
Yep, I can be a prospect. I can play a realistic prospect. I have some slight modifications to make sure it's not the same dude.
You
Me
could.
too.
No. Let's vary it up. Like it's not a
I
problem.
can be one too.
Yeah, as long as you guys, mm, as long as you guys understood what I explained the other day, everyone can be a prospect. Like it's not complicated. The problem is being a closer. That's the difficulty. So, all right, we are going to start. Let's
No
see.
corruption.
Let's see who is the closer. If it goes Amro again, no, we got the Viking. All right, Viking. Time to be a closer. Do you have a preference on who do you want as a prospect, or do you have a volunteer?
No, it doesn't matter.
Again, I can go if you want me to. Doesn't matter. Your call.
I'm
Yeah,
driving, so I
go for
can
it.
spectate. Okay. All right, let's go with Russian comrade. Kevin also wants to, so you can be in the next one if you really want. So we're planning on doing both. I would like everyone, just like always, pin. This sounds so bad. Pin me, pin engineer, and pin Russian comrade. Because you need to really see, especially you two that are doing the role play, want you guys to see when I do something like this, so that we're not retarded and we have to speak over each other. So, all right. I'm assuming you want to go with the drop shipping offer, right?
Yeah.
So we're just gonna take it as a normal call, and then the special training that I owe you guys on how to really preframe with everything. I'll do it for next week, at the end of next week, so that everyone can jump into the event in the best way possible. So
Mhm.
from the get-go, my friend, I would like you to give it a shot and see what you can do. Surprise us.
I'll lock in.
All right. Whenever you're ready.
Hey, Andre, man. Nice to meet you. How are you?
Hey, what's going on, Andre? Nice name. You're just missing one letter.
Exactly, man. That's some nice pictures in the background. Is your family?
Yeah,
All right, nice. Well, yeah, man. Let's see if we can help you make some money with ecom. So I'll start by asking you a few questions. Make sure that I get a good understanding of you and your situation. And then once I'm explaining the program to you, feel free to ask me any kind of questions you might have about it, and I'll do my absolute best to give you full clarity. Does that sound okay?
yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Cool. And just a fair warning, I'm a pretty straightforward guy. I might ask you some straightforward questions. Of course, not to dig into stuff that is not my business, but it's just for me to get a good grasp of you and your situation. So if you can be just as transparent as me, yeah, that would be awesome.
I like it. Yeah, let's do it.
Pausing there. Good so far. I'm not sure about a fair warning because that has a negative connotation. It's like,
Mhm.
why are you warning me about this? You could literally copy and paste what I do, which is, by the way, Andre, for the sake of having a useful conversation, I'll be very honest and transparent, and I expect the same out of you. We're good with that? Like, that's already
Yeah,
me showing how I am by saying it like this. And I sound like, okay, this guy's not going to fuck around, right? You could literally copy and paste what I just said there or make it in a variation. I don't know about fair warning and you being super gentle when you say it. It's like, be serious. I mean, technically, it is you setting a good frame, right? But good. Minority. Let's jump into. He said, awesome. He liked it. All right. What's next?
Cool. So tell me, what was it that led you to book this call with me today?
No,
yeah, Andre. So I am working for college, and
do the. So, Andre, what is the main reason you want to start with e-commerce, being an entrepreneur right now? Keep in mind, with these people, explanation again so that you don't forget it. Obviously, the biggest challenge or going on a negative, not helpful because these people probably never did anything. So it's, yeah, there's no answer there. And if you go, oh well, let you to book this call because these people will be funneled through a launch, through a webinar. They're just gonna say, oh well, I mean, I just saw this, and they're like, fucking hell, this guy. Make sense? We want to advance, so just go with, okay, what is the main reason you want to do this, and also label
For
him
me as a
from the start.
prospect, that question actually feels totally different. With Anjana's question, I was about to go on a tangent, telling you my life story. With Lucas' question, I'm actually about to give you something you can hook into. So it actually feels totally different for me as a prospect.
It's useful to save up time as well. If you
Mhm.
have all the time in the world, okay, maybe, but I'm liking this question a lot more. It's working very well. So try to do that.
All right. So Andre, what is the main reason you want to do ecom and you decide you want to become an entrepreneur?
Yeah,
That it sounds so leading now,
mhm.
like a hard label. So, Andre, what is the main reason you want to start with e-commerce, being an entrepreneur right now? But you said you decided to become an entrepreneur. That is like, okay, that is too much of a label now. That makes sense. The subtle difference there.
Yeah, it does.
Keep in mind how I say being entrepreneur. I'm maybe even making you, I'm just, because it's the first point that I'm using on that, because I'm going to label you on it. I'm just like slowly dropping it. It's like, you want to start with ecom, being an entrepreneur right now. That's how I'm doing it. One more shot.
Okay. Andre, what is the main reason you want to do ecom and be an entrepreneur right now?
I'm stuck, my man. I'm just stuck. I'm at my current job working for college. I'm stuck. And I need to change something, otherwise I will be there forever with no prospects of doing anything remarkable.
Okay. So you feel stuck at your current job. Talk to me a little bit about that. How do you mean you're stuck?
It's
Pause. Hmm. So you're stuck and you're telling me that you feel like you'll be forever stuck in this job? Tell me about this. Tell me about this. You see, it's like, don't miss. He said forever stuck. That's it. That's gold. He didn't just say he's stuck. He said he's forever stuck in this job. So I was like, don't miss that, right? Go Russian camera.
yeah, it's well forever unless I start doing things differently. Because there's no, if I keep doing things I quote unquote supposed to do, I will just make peanuts for money, and no one will, no one will respect my hard labor, and in the end, I'm wasting my life. So I really need to make a change.
Damn, that sounds like a lot. What I definitely want to, discuss them more in regards, that you're wasting your life, but what do you do in the first place?
No,
Um,
no. So the question is good because you're going because he didn't answer it. So obviously this is good. But after what he just said, you have to do another recap. What does that look like? Oh, so you feel stuck unless you change something, you're gonna be forever stuck. You're making peanuts for money. You feel like you're wasting your life and you feel like people are not respecting you. Damn, what is this job? It's like I'm just gonna double say it. Do a recap. After what he just said, makes sense?
Yeah, it does.
Do it again.
Damn. Okay. So you feel like you're wasting your time at this job, people not even respecting you. What and you make peanuts. What do you work with?
I'm a laboratory technician. Let me clarify. I do have a respect on a foundational level, but all of my efforts, no one appreciates it. So no one openly disrespects me. I mean, given how I look and how I sound, probably not. But all of my time and effort and all of the things I did, sometimes I feel like might as well work here for free. So answering your question, I'm a laboratory tech for college.
Okay. And how does that job looks like on a daily basis?
Essentially, I work in the back room of a laboratory and preparing stuff for students. It's chemistry, anatomy, and physiology, essentially making sure we can do their work, making sure we can study. Sometimes I work with students directly, sitting in a lab, overseeing them studying. So kind of like that.
Okay, I understand. And when you say that people don't respect your efforts, how do you mean by that?
No, he already
It's
explained that. He already explained that. He said it's not like people don't respect him, they just don't appreciate it, and he feels like he works for free, which you should have said, are you working for free right now? That would be the question I would have asked. Do you see the importance of doing it good, taking the right notes? Like right now, if Russian comrade is in the call with me, he's saying, this motherfucker is just quoting me verbatim. It's like, okay, this guy is really sharp and he needs to see me like this because I'm going to help him as an authority. All right. I'm going to be his mentor, the mentor that he needs. So he needs to see me this way. He needs to see me as his advisor. So you had two paths. Path number one, which was what I would have said, that he said, yeah, no, it's not that I don't feel respected. I just feel not appreciated. Feel like I'm working for free. I'm going to say, do you work for free? That was going to be my path. You went into, okay, what does the job look like? Which is not necessarily bad either. He said that he works in a laboratory repairing stuff for students. Do you really understood what are those activities? Is it clear for you?
No, I didn't. I just didn't know how to clarify on it.
Because you don't have to clarify it. He does. So just ask him. How can you ask him?
Okay. To be honest with you, man, I didn't fully understand exactly what you do on a daily basis, so could you just give me some more clarity?
Yeah, well, Siemens, I do a ton of things. To give you some examples, if chemistry students need some specific solution for their lab, I make sure I prepare it. I make sure I store it in all of the bottles and test tubes for them. If anatomy and physiology students need some specific thing like a pig heart to cut it and see how it works, I prepare it for them. If students need some lab hours to actually practice because I cannot give them a pig heart and go take it home, I'm sitting there with them. And I mean sometimes some minor stuff like going on a field trips, blah blah blah. So it's a variety of things related to natural sciences essentially.
Okay, so basically help college students with their laboratory tests. Is it fair to say that, or am I completely off?
Uh,
I'll
that
cut
too.
you.
It's a bunch of
I'll
stuff.
cut you off. I want you guys to see so that you can also understand how taking notes can really help you into into I like you guys to be present, so please don't become autistic and just look at the blank screen you're writing. But this is a great example on how and why I would have asked my question instead of what you asked, which
Mhm.
is if you see this, I have two things that are kind of correlated. So in case you don't, I'm writing fast, so it's not going to be very neat. So stuck, okay? Peanuts for money, wasting your life, no respect, no appreciation, working for free, laboratory repairing. That's what I wrote so far. Okay. So you guys can follow here. Now, after he said this part, which is working for free, what I would have done is just connect. Okay. I can connect the working for free with the peanuts for money. I can connect both. So I'm going to ask working for free, but you're not, right? No, no, I'm getting this. I'm getting the money because he's already eager to tell me because he's saying he's making peanuts for money anyways. So he will probably tell me. It doesn't look like he's going to be, challenging me on not wanting to say that. So I'm just going to ask him, okay. And you make, I don't know, $500. So that's what you mean with peanuts for money. What do you mean with that? And then I'm connecting those two. And then after that, I'm going to ask for clarification on what he does, which is what you did. And I'm going to link it to wasting your life, that he said that he feels like he's wasting it. Okay. So it's basically step one, step two. But what you are doing is you're going on step two so that then you can go into step one, so that then you can go into step two again, so that then you can go into step one. Is this making sense or I'm completely blowing everyone's mind right now?
No, makes sense.
Yeah. Amro, Russian comrade? Tyler?
I'm just trying to think how, because for you, Luca, I assume you don't necessarily think about that. You just see an opening and you go for it. I'm just trying to make I guess, some parody of a mental map how to actually implement it. But I will probably only be able to do it in practice.
So, eliminating all these arrows so that it's clear for everyone, we have two things right now that we can be discussing based on what the prospect just said.
Mhm.
Number one is obviously the money factor,
Mhm.
because we have peanuts for money, one of the things he
Mhm.
said. And he said that he's working for free. He feels like he's working for free. He's not being appreciated. When he said that he's not being appreciated, that could mean a lot of things. But him clarifying, I'm working for free, that means that he's thinking about the money, how compensated he is. Okay? So these two, whoops, these two things that I wrote down are correlated to number one, which is the money that he's making. But then we have the fact of wasting his life with Andronator's question, which is, okay, what do you do? That's topic number two,
Mhm.
okay, which is his profession, right? And what Andronator is doing is doing this. Andronator is, okay, what do you do? I do this. Okay.
Mhm.
How much money do you make there? Okay. Is this, whoops. And let's say he would have went on this. Why do you feel this is a waste in your life? What about this job that makes you wasted? Okay, yeah. And you also said that peanuts for money. What do you mean with that? It's like zigzagging between the 2 points. I'm not saying that necessarily you would have asked this one, Andronator, but you were already mixing both at the same time. So my point is that I'm not going to do all this crossed arrows. I'm just going to go with this topic first, and then I'm going to go with this topic. Is this more
Now I
clear
got it.
now?
Yeah, absolutely. And quick comment I can tell you, for me, with my backstory as a prospect, if Anjonator just went into a number one and asked correct questions, he can probably cook me in 3 to 4 questions, and I will be like, please, daddy, take my money. Just again, if with the right questions, just based on everything I already gave so far and based on my prospect's story.
Yeah. So, Andronator, go back. Let's say he never really told you that he works in a laboratory yet, like he didn't. And you just heard that he says, I feel like I'm working for free. Ask him, are you working for free?
Yep. Andre, are you working for free?
Well, I mean, not literally, but this is how I feel like, given how much time and effort I put on things I do, and the fact that I make the fucking thing operate. The entire deal works because of me, but it's I'm not appreciated, and frankly, I mean, it's not just I don't make enough in my book. I college even tried to steal my money, and I had to fight it for it.
Steal your money. How so?
Essentially, what happened is I got downgraded, and not downgraded. Essentially, it's they changed how I'm classified within college, and they cut my hours. But at the same time, without me knowing, they also cut my pay. And I didn't know that, because for me, I started receiving smaller paychecks, and I thought, well, I mean, they cut my hours. It's a given. Later, in 6 months, I found out what they essentially cut, like $1.50 an hour off of my pay. I had to run around. I had to talk to the vice president of a college. Sure, I got my money back, but it's essentially, it's almost like, you know what, son, you have been with us for 5 years. You were willing to go drive a field trip at 6 a.m. You saved the fucking lab from burning down, and I got poisoned when I did that. And this is how they pay me back. So fuck them. Yeah, this is how it feels like.
Damn. Yeah, that would piss me off as well. That's understandable. How much do you make right now there?
No. Okay. So, not the moment to act as your body. That will piss me off. Not that it's wrong.
Mhm.
Just, I would have just gone with this. Okay. Uh, I see. I would definitely want to talk more about this on your job. I'm still not in the clear on exactly what is that you do, but I'm kind of confused because at the beginning of the call, you said that you're getting peanuts for money. And you also told me that you make enough in your books. So what is that? Like, are you making good money for yourself, or you're not happy with the situation? I'm confused.
Did I say enough? I might have misspoke. I said it's not just what I don't make enough because I don't make enough, but in addition, for me not making enough, we also managed to steal my money, and I had to fight to get it back. Is what I said.
Okay, so you're in a situation where you genuinely believe that you're working, you're getting peanuts for money, and you even have to fight for that
Correct.
money.
I had to for yeah after 6 months. I mean, it happened once, but believe me, it's enough for me. What if we spit in my face like this? We can do it again easily.
I need to know about that situation about you fighting for that money. What happened? Can you be more clear on that?
Yeah, again, essentially, I got reclassified as essentially just it's paperwork. On paper, I was that type of worker, but reclassified me for whatever reason, and they had to cut my hours. But during reclassification, that's actually highly illegal, but they managed to cut my hourly pay too. So think of me, I used to make like $12 an hour, so I'm making $10.50 an hour. But I didn't notice the discrepancy simply because my hours got cut. So less hours, less money. It's like, okay, well, smaller paychecks, it makes sense. Until I actually start digging deeper and I realized they cut my hourly wage. And I had to start running around, going to HR, going to accounts payable, all the way up to the vice president of a college. Sure, he apologized. Sure, they paid me back, but it's kind of like tell me. I don't think he really cared. I think he just didn't want any trouble because what they did, even by mistake, is highly illegal, and he just apologized. They paid me back, but I don't think they give a shit, despite all the time and effort and all the stuff I did.
But right now, you're at $10 an hour.
It's no, I mean they bumped me back to 12, and they paid me everything they owe me.
Oh, so now you're at 12, $2
No, I mean
more.
it's essentially I didn't lose anything. They ended up paying me back for everything they owe me, but it's a fact what they did that.
So the
So it's
discussion
already
was,
peanuts,
yeah.
and they
So the
have to fight for
discussion
those
is about
peanuts.
you fighting for $2 an hour,
Yeah,
right?
precisely.
So, man, what is this job about? Like, that's as much as I can push everyone on not knowing what the job is about. Like, I'm already pushing it a lot, and the only reason I'm doing it is because the conversation is like, I can't stop this now. It's like it's just getting into this rabbit hole. Like, I gotta keep going, right?
Mm.
But now it's like the extreme of, okay, I need to know what this job is because, but I also need to understand, and this is the key part. He was fighting. So zooming out for everyone, he was fighting for $2. So how fucked this guy is financially, right? It's $2 an hour. Then I have to know how many hours he's working on, right? So I need to consider all this, and I have to let him know. So what are you fighting for? $10 a day, $50 a week, $200 a month. Let's say the numbers kind of like that, and you were fighting about that. It, is it really about the 200, or is it because of the disrespect? Because you don't feel appreciated? And depends on what he says. We can go on that rabbit hole. But is it making sense how you're tying everything together based on what he said at the beginning? Yes? No? Lost?
Yeah, makes sense.
I don't see very confident faces on if it makes sense on everyone, but okay. I'll give you guys the benefit of the doubt. So please explain your job and let's see what you do, Andronator.
Yeah, so on my job, I work for a laboratory in college. So essentially, on paper, I'm a worker of science, making sure what students who are studying science, it doesn't matter if it's anatomy and physiology or chemistry or everything in between, have what they need. Preparing a laboratory material for them, making sure we can study, taking them on the field trips, etc., etc. So essentially, anything related to helping natural science students study, I do that.
Okay, interesting. And you mentioned that you basically make peanuts, $12 an hour, and you work a lot. How many hours roughly do you work at the moment
Also, I
on
work
a weekly basis?
well, not a lot. I work normal hours, so it's essentially my schedule is just not necessarily. It's somewhat flexible. So I work your typical 40 hours a week, 40 hours a week, roughly. But it's kind of like not necessarily all over the place. Sometimes I work 6 a.m. taking students on a field trip, sometimes I sit in a lab until 10 a.m. But it all boils down to about 40 hours a week.
Okay. So $12 an hour times 40, that's 480, then
No,
times four for a month.
he gave you a vague answer. I want you to see this. So, okay, around 40 hours a week, according to you. Let's double check that. So, do you work Monday to Friday, Monday to Sunday? How many days do you work?
Depends. It varies. It varies. I work, I would say, 4 to 5 days a week, but it's not necessarily a fixed schedule. Sometimes I can work the whole Saturday, but I have Wednesday and Thursday off.
Okay,
But it all equals to about 4 to 5 days a week, 40 hours a week.
okay. Per day, per day, how many hours work? Because if you say 48, I divide it by 5 is 9 hours a day. 9, 10 hours a day. I don't know. Like daily, how many hours do you put a day?
Also, again, it depends because once on Saturday I put 12 hours, and sometimes, for example, this specific quarter, because it boils down to each educational quarter, on Monday I work only 4 hours, but 12 hours on Saturday, but it equals to 40.
Four. In four as the minimum, 12 as the maximum so far.
Yeah,
Okay. We can ballpark it at 8 a day then.
yeah, essentially.
Okay. And you're only working 4 or 5 days a week. So, okay, times, let's give it to 4, 32. Where do you go at work? Like, do you live in that school? What's the process of you
Oh,
going
it's
to work there?
no, it's pretty close. It's like 7 minutes of driving.
So, okay, Russian comrade being not the prospect who I want to make the point, but
Okay.
imagining Russian comrade is like 95% of the prospects, the prospect
Mhm.
will say something like this. Yeah, like 40 hours a week. Okay, let's double check. How
Mhm.
many hours do you work a day? Yeah, I work like 9. Okay. How many days do you work? Yeah, I work 5 days a week. Yeah. Okay. So 9 times 4 is it's already 45. When you go to your job, is this like nearby you or how's no, I mean I have to take the bus. Yeah. I have to take the bus. Okay. How much it takes for you to go there? Yeah, like an hour and a half. And this is round trip or just going an hour and a half, another no, it's like round trip will be like 3 hours. Okay. So that is then you see how it starts increasing. So it's 3 hours each day. So instead of 9, it's going to be 12 times 5, which is the week. It's 60 hours a week. All right. Versus the 40 that he said. He just omitted the 33%. And this
Mhm.
is the actual thing how people operate. Like almost no one does what Russian Comrade did. That he given a specific one, is they always do this. And now, why is this important? Because when you do the math, you will lose on a 33% chances on leveraging the final outcome you want to make. This is making sense now? You
Yeah.
sure? Okay. But let's say Russian comrade just said it's 40. All right. Let's just leave it at 40. What would you do?
Okay. And you said you make $12 an hour right now, right?
Correct.
Okay. $12 times 40, so that's $480 a week times four for a month. So is it fair to say you're making that like that equates to 1.9K? Does that sound about right?
Yeah, about 1.6, 1.7 after taxes.
Okay. And roughly what's your expense at the moment?
My expense are I live with my girlfriend and we're sharing bills, so essentially I pay about $1,000 a month for everything: rent, food, and gas, insurance.
Okay. So maybe you're left with like five, 600. Does that sound about
Yeah,
right?
something like that.
Okay. Is that money you save or do you usually do something with it?
Depends. I usually try to save at least a few $100s a month, but lately I just have been saving it all because I'm so sick of everything. I'm not even motivated to go and enjoy money. So I don't want to go anywhere. I'm just like, it's fine. Just gonna stay home, watch Netflix, drink beer.
Okay. I want to talk about that in just a second, but how long have you been saving like this amount of money? Like how long have you been at this job?
For 5 years, 5.5.
5 years, okay. And the money you've been making there has been pretty consistent?
Well, I mean, I actually started lower. I started at about $9 5.5 years ago, so it's kind of like slight increase.
Okay, no, that makes sense. Now, you mentioned earlier that you feel like you're wasting your time at this job. How how did you mean by that?
Where there is no growth. Essentially, it's
Pause on that. So you got better stuff that you can do. The first thing is he says that he's been saving up for a while. I did not understood why he's saving up, not doing anything. That's the first question that you need to ask because why are you saving up? Because he said, because I wanted to do this. It's like, oh, it's a perfect tie, right? The second thing is that this is what you should have done. So you've been working there for 5 years, yeah,
yes,
probably. Okay. And you've been making $9 an hour, and now you make $12 an hour.
correct.
I want to make a calculation. Just correct me if I'm wrong. So I just asked GPT to do the calculation on this. So that means that per year you're making 6 cents as an improvement. So it's like 0.60 cents a year. So okay.
Yeah, it's about. I would say it's my raise was about 50 cents a year.
Right. Well, when you hear that, knowing that you feel like you're not being appreciated, is this what you meant with working for peanuts? Because an increase of 60 cents a year is like, I don't know. It doesn't make an impact to you? 60 cents?
That's it doesn't even catch up with inflation. A and B, it's not just that. It's I realize there is no future in that job. Period. And it's not just about 50 cents increase. It's like I will be just keep doing the same bullshit with the same 50 cent increase. There is nowhere to go. So that's pretty much me wasting my life because I cannot do anything with that.
Okay. So because you have this very small increase in your hourly rate, because you feel like you're not being appreciated, and it's just a job that you really don't seem passionate at all about doing it. So I want to make clear, is it an option for you to just stay in this job? Do you want to be still working there, or is like, nah?
No, it's there's no future because technically, if there would be a future in that job and if I would be appreciated, it's because I do enjoy going on the field trips. I do enjoy working with students, but just to look reality in the eyes, it's that's a temporary job for a college student. This is what it is, and this is how it started for me. I
How
took that job when I
how old are you?
go ahead. Um, I am 23.
23. Okay. So, I mean, you're still in an age that is relative to still being in this job. Why not stay there?
Well, because I got this job at 18 when I went for college, and I just
Yeah.
kept that job for 4 years. I graduated a year and a half ago, and I looked around, and where warrant didn't necessarily see what I should do because it's either all of our jobs in the area. I live in a small town are trash, or I need to commute crazy hours, like 1.5 hour one
Yeah.
way to a bigger city. And here the college is right next to my house, so 7 minute drive. I timed it, so I had no other option. I just stayed with my college job for a year and a half after graduation.
Okay. So other 9 to 5 options weren't pretty much an option for you. You really didn't like it because of commuting, because of how far they
It would
were.
be either a crazy commute, like 3 hour commute, or it's gonna be worse.
Okay. But also this job is not an option to you anymore. You don't want to go back to this? Am I getting this correctly?
Well, I will hold this job while I'm working on something else.
Yeah, of
But as
course.
soon as I can quit, I am out. Period.
Okay. So, and in order for you to quit, you just need to make at least the same amount of money, right?
To be honest,
What?
I would need more simply because right now I am sharing all of my bills with my girlfriend, and I'm just like, no, I want to be on my own. I want to be on my own.
Okay. So I just shut down the door on this, on the job and on other jobs, right? So vehicle is this one clearly. I haven't said it, but I'm just shutting out all the doors. Now,
Mhm.
The natural transition is saying, so you want to go with ecom then? That's why we're in this call. That's the natural transition. But because of what he just said, I need to go into that now. Right? Because it looks like that is the coffin in the grave, is the last coffin.
Mhm.
And with that one is, all right, cooked, I advance, I label, I pitch you. I want you to do this, Andronator. I want you to take that route. So I want you to see what you were doing wasn't necessarily wrong in that direction, but because it gave us useful information. But do you see how much we advanced? It's like in what we just discovered. Like, this seems to be the important thing. Jaden, you want to say something before we?
Yeah, maybe I missed something, but why are the other options of a job not the option? I mean, I understand this job because it's not being paid well, but what about the other jobs?
He said that he doesn't want it because he lives too far from everything, and at best it will be the same as this job. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay. Okay, then
Yeah, I mean, you
understandable.
could have asked and expand more, but all I would tell you is like I live in a small town where either shitty jobs or anything good is far. So
Yeah. You could have expanded. For example, if you're on the call and you're like, I'm not sure if this is, I'm not sure, but go for it. Ask it. It's not like a bad question. Yeah. So, okay. Engineer.
Hmm. So you're saying you would go into the girlfriend thing now? Was that what you said?
I mean, he just said, well, I asked him if what he needed was to make the same amount of money so that he could leave this place, right? And he said that yes, a little bit more because I want to live on my own. What do you mean? You're living with your girlfriend. What do you mean you want to live on your own? What's going on?
Okay.
That's literally the call. I can promise you that's the call right there. So do it correctly.
Okay. You mentioned you live with your girlfriend, but you want to live on your own. Why is that?
it's the we were, the typical story over high school sweethearts. I mean, we were together for what, 7 years. Just to be direct, I mean, between me, I'm just bored. I'm just bored because it's nothing is going on. She gained weight, gained about 25 pounds over the course of relationship. I mean, sure, she is tall. That's a lot, and it doesn't go where it's supposed to go. And it's just boring. It's the same face, same everything in a small town. Again, it's like I'm 22 right now, 22 and a half, no, 23. I'm 23 and a half. And it's so I already see same picture. 23, 33, 43, same small town, same face. She becomes, how would I say it politely, fatter. Same low pay job, inflation, because it's sure. I mean, I can pay for my shit. I can even save some, but I live in where are you based, Andre?
I'm personally based in Sweden.
Okay, yeah. So it's if you ever decide to come to the US, don't come to Oregon. You will see a bunch of ugly people in the cardboard shoeboxes, and I live in those cardboard shoeboxes for for $1,000 a month. So it's the same. And if I already hate it in my early 20s, I need a change. I need a change. I need to move somewhere. I need to live somewhere else. I need to see the world. I really need a change, and whereas I cannot do it in my current situation or my current job.
Okay. So putting it bluntly, you not only want to leave your girlfriend, it sounds like, but also the whole place you're living
I
at.
fucking want to live, my man. Period. I don't give a shit. I will fly to Sweden, buy you a beer. I don't give it. I just need to live. I'm sick of that place.
Okay. What is then held you stuck at this place for 5 years, man?
Well, I mean, I was going to college. This is how I
Don't
started. I mean, it's
deviate. Don't deviate. What are you deviating from? What topic?
The girlfriend?
Yeah, you just went back to the job again. Stay on the
Oh,
girlfriend.
okay, okay.
The same question, but tailor it to the girlfriend. How would that be?
Okay, okay. Okay. So it seems like you're not really attracted to your girlfriend anymore. So why are you guys still together?
Contextualize. So it's been 7 years. She's been gaining weight, and now you feel like, you know what, I kind of want to get out of this place. I'm assuming that means obviously the job that we discussed, but also her. Like you want to make a new chapter in your life. Is this what I'm getting correctly?
100%, 100%, yes.
Okay.
That's what I
So
want.
I'm I'm struggling to understand what was the turning point for you, because 5 years on this job, 7 years with this girl, and living in this town forever. Like, did you move there? I don't know. You always
Yeah,
stayed in
yeah, I
this
moved
place?
at my yeah, I moved when I was 12.
Okay, so
But essentially I'm in
okay,
12.
okay,
It's all I know.
all right. So all you know is this place. 7 years with this girlfriend, 5 years on this job. I'm struggling to understand what was the turning point for you to say, you know what? I cannot live here anymore. I have to switch pages. Did
Mhm.
something happen recently with her, with your job? What's going on?
All of the above. The job is I usually, well, not usually, I often work at nights, not nights, like in the evenings. And one of our labs caught on fire when I was the only one there. It's because of just students were stupid, threw wrong chemicals in a garbage can, and so and it was across the actual building. So I start feeling a smell. I ran. The entire deal was on fire. I managed to extinguish it. I managed to extinguish it with our regular fire extinguisher. I not necessarily got poisoned, but I breathed, that white powder. Not a fun type. One from fire extinguisher, and I was coughing my lungs out for 3 months.
Yeah, sorry. So the students made a chaos? Like that's what happened? Am I getting this? Or
They accidentally set the lab on fire after they left.
how did it affect you?
I extinguished the fucking thing. I managed to breathe a bunch of that fire extinguisher powder in. No one ever told me thank you. Well, I mean, like, oh, we did a good job. It's like, shove your good job up your ass. I was coughing that white powder for 3 days. No one ever. And the only thankfulness I ever received is them stealing my money.
Wow. It when was this?
It was about a month ago.
Okay. So on your job, that was the turning point for you to say, fuck this?
It was that mixed after the fact that they stole my money. So I was like, listen, I'm risking my life and my health for then fighting, how you accurately put it, for fighting for $1.50.
Right. Okay. So what I'm still struggling to understand is, I understand why you want to leave the job. Why not leave the job with your girlfriend? You both go to a different place.
I'm sick of relationship. Relationship is stalling. She essentially relaxed, and her whole pastime is eating ice cream, watching Netflix. And I mean, it's not gonna lie. Sometimes I sit down and drink beer while she's watching Netflix. In college, because I do work 40 hours. It's somewhat flexible. I actually train in college. Despite me drinking beer, I lost some weight. Start
Yeah,
seeing
yeah,
my
yeah.
top.
Sorry to cut you off, but maybe I expressed my question incorrectly. What I mean is that this has been happening for a while with her, right? So why now you're looking to make a change like this? Is there something happen now with her as well?
It just the thing is, nothing is happening, and this is why I'm sick of it, because she keeps slowly gaining weight. I'm trying to encourage her, go to the gym, become better. She's like, meh, doesn't care.
For how long
I'm
has
becoming
nothing
better.
been
She's becoming
happening?
worse. Say what?
For how long has nothing been happening?
I noticed the gradual changes about, I would say, year and a half ago.
How a year and a half ago?
Yeah, gradual changes. Like she slowly started becoming lazier. It wasn't overnight. It was little by little by little.
Okay. So a year and a half ago, you have been with this woman who you're starting to notice in these changes, and just for the looks of it, it sounds like you didn't like them, and they started to reduce the attraction you
No.
had on her. On the other side, you have been on this job for a while that also you don't like, and
Mhm,
the most recent thing was a month ago that the lab was on fire, and you had to take care of that. You ended up coughing powder, and no one even
mhm,
said thank you. So
mhm.
the most recent event that trigger you was a month ago, yet you're in a call with me today and not a month ago. So what I'm trying to understand is that what got you to being here in this call today with me to say, look, I cannot take this life anymore? Or am I getting this wrong and you're still happy with staying on this life?
No, of course not, because I'm not gonna lie, I see no other option. I see no other option because I thought, I mean, that small town was my life. I thought, what, I will get a degree, it's gonna be my ticket to a future. No, it's not. It's fucking bullshit. I
Okay.
thought if I will work hard, people will appreciate me, but I don't. I saw no other option. So I started following the Johnny Boy drop shipping. I saw it. I mean, I started seeing it here and there about a year ago, but I was like, just some magic internet stuff. But then I was like, you know what? Let me be more open-minded. Let me start looking into it. So
Mhm.
I followed his content. I looked at students' results. I researched on my own, being skeptical, because I'm not gonna lie, I was skeptical. Just what is ecom, how it works, how real it is, and I just all of the things drop shipping, pointed out to drop shipping as being the way out.
Okay. So all this is making sense. But you've been looking at this stuff for a year, and all these events with your girl, with the job has been happening for a while. So what light up a fire under your ass to be here in this call with me today?
I was looking into it for a year, correct, but after a month, I was like, you know what? I cannot take it that long. Let me actually take that seriously. Let me start looking more into stuff. Let me do more of a proper research, not just like scrolling type of deal. And this is where a month ago I dove into how dropshipping even works, like more in detail. I mean,
Right.
actually reading some of those people who build in public, reading it's all of my free time at work I actually spend on that, researching, looking into it, and I realize what, yes, I can make it in dropshipping. Yes, it's a real thing, but odds are I need some help to actually make it work because I'm not even sure where to start.
Which is my next question. So for a long time, you have been looking for a way out. You were a bit skeptical, then you end up liking the idea of e-commerce, and you've been looking at this for a while now, for a whole month. You've been doing the research, like proper
Mhm.
research, for what I understood.
Correct.
If it took you so long for you to make this decision, and it took you a month of doing research, what are you now? Are you in a position where you're still doing research? You already decided yourself that you really want to do this? What are you with this?
No, it might take long, but it actually took me that long to really understand it and see how it works and actually realize what this is away. And yeah, I'm ready to start. This is why I'm here.
So you're decided, like you really want to do this.
Yes.
Okay. You're sure that you're still not in a research phase, that you still want to, spend time, think about this, analyze all the pros and cons. You're just spending all your time staying where you are, really analyzing if this makes sense or not.
I have been analyzing for last month while sitting in college instead of working on a college dime. So no, I already I did my research. I had more than enough time to research and analyze.
Is it an option for you to go back and think about this for more? Be honest with me.
See, again, I'm not necessarily sure what to expect because not gonna lie, I am a bit concerned as to how it's gonna look like, how much it's gonna cost. But
Yeah.
in general, answering your question, it's I made a decision. What ecom is the way, and that's the way for me. That's the way out.
That is what I'm asking you, man. Don't get me wrong. I'm not telling you, yeah, you're gonna buy my thing. You don't even know what we can give you specifically in the investment. I'm not an idiot. Like, I know those things would make a matter in your opinion, obviously. What I am saying is that based on the life experience that you had all this time, you've been wanting to leave for a long time, but you never did. You never found a way. And you found a way that you're liking. You're doing proper research for a month. It's not that crazy because it took you years to get out of that. Now it's a month. It's a big leap. So my question is, with this short leap, is it enough for you to say, I want to do ecom? Could be with you guys or not, but I want to do ecom. Like, that's my question.
Yes, yes, 100% yes.
Good. Right. Pausing now to explain everything to everyone. Are you all following so far?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yes. So things that I have done. As you can see, I am tying the shit out of this guy on the vehicle. like 3, 4 questions on the same thing. Why? Because years, years, and I even explained it to him as well. He spent years on getting out of there. He's still there, and he only been doing proper research for a month. A month is not a lot of time, especially to someone who took years to get out, and he's still in that situation. So I need him to tell me 100%, yes, this is what I want to do. I need him to be sold on the vehicle first. I cannot go into, oh yeah, you know what? Is this making sense? Everyone follow this?
Yeah.
I have one question later.
Okay. The other thing is that when we went about the why now, this is a very interesting case because so I genuinely didn't knew about the why now. Is this what your question is? It looks like Anjonator, but no? Okay.
No.
The why now, it's so in this situation you had two probable why nows, the job and the girl, right? Everyone follows there. The thing is that I don't know. I don't know. So I asked them on both sides. Okay, so on the job, what happened? With the girl, what happened? With the girl, apparently nothing happened. She just kept getting fatter. So that wasn't the triggering point. The triggering point apparently was the job. And to me, I was not very convinced on the fact that the thing is that in the call, and this is a great lesson, so all of you pay attention. In the calls, you always want to be looking for the golden bullet, which is basically, yeah, man, yesterday I just saw my dad died, and my dad said, go do ecom. And now it's like, okay, this is the perfect why now, right? So that's the golden bullet that you will always look to have. The thing is that in some prospects, obviously, it's not going to be that way. And it's a combination of things, right? So, for example, in this prospect, I kept digging. And what I found is that for a long time, he has been wanting to do this, like a year, I think you said. You did the proper research for a month and you jump into the call, which is a month ago when you started doing the proper research is when this happened. The laboratory accident happened, right? So on top of the wife thingy, the girl thingy, it's like, okay, you know what? I do believe this person has a reason on why he wants to change now. So I'm gonna tie him down because I want to know. And to me, that is enough to advance. If you're not sure, you can keep pushing. The thing is that I'm 2 questions away on the same topic for him to say, why are you asking me this? Because I already asked him like 3 times. Okay, but why now? I don't understand the why now. You have to ask it multiple times, but there is a limit. I don't think Russian Comrade felt that pressure is like that. Come on. But if I kept
No, not
asking,
yet.
yeah. But if I kept asking, but I don't understand the why now though. It's like, well, yeah, I don't know. I did the research. I want to change. And let's say he genuinely says that to me because when he started was a month ago. And I know that even especially on this one, I have the webinar. It's like, oh, it's like everything kind of aligns, right? For me to believe, okay, this is a weird bullet, but it is. It's a silver one. And I'm willing to bet on that. Is this clear?
Yep.
Okay. So I did this. Basically, a little bit more information about the girl that I think it wasn't as crucial as I thought it would be. But now we have him tied up on multiple things, right? So then the next step that I would be taking is he also, by the way, I also made him to tell me the why us. You guys got that, right? So I'm not gonna ask the why us again. He just did it by himself. So he's like, okay, that one is covered. The next thing that I will be going on, because I do like what I have, is basically, and also because it will be a long discovery otherwise, I will be going with the labeling now. And after the label, okay. It really looks like the only thing now to consider is if you prefer to work alone or with us. And I'm kind of close in the discovery with that one. But depends on what he says. I will be tying this guy a lot because I'm concerned of him taking action and not having to think about it. So I will be very strong on that. But we can keep going. Andronator, what's your question?
Yeah. So one thing I really liked that you did was you almost pre-handled one thing. You sure you don't want to research more? My question was just, let's say he did say, you know what? Yeah, I've just been researching for 1 month. Maybe I should research more. how would you have handled that?
Role play with me. What more would you want to research?
I mean, it's a big leap for me to leave this job. Don't get me wrong. I am 100% going to leave this job. I just need to make sure that I take the right decision.
How are you gonna know that?
That's a great question. That's what I'm asking myself as well. I'm just see all these make money online things, so I just want to make sure I pick the right one.
I mean, there's several. What got you into ecom in the first place?
At first, I thought it was really hard that you needed like a crazy amount of capital, but then I saw this, webinar, and they said that it doesn't require that much. And I always had a passion for always wanting to have my own store as well. So that's the thing that, interested me.
So it's a combination between opportunity cost, that is, it's not, you don't really need much to start, and also the fact that it's one of your dreams to have a store and it connects well with that.
Yeah.
Okay. What other possibilities then give you that chance?
Well, to create my store, it's just ecom that can fulfill that dream.
Okay.
Yeah. I just want to make sure I can make a lot of money from it as well, or at least some decent money.
Do you believe you can make decent and a lot of money with this?
I need to believe it. What other choice do I have?
I mean, if we are in an interview with Tony Robbins, that's the perfect fucking answer. But don't give me a Tony Robbins answer. Just be real with me. Do you believe you doing the right things clearly can make a lot of money with ecom? Yes or no?
Without guidance, no. With the right guidance, yes.
Okay. So if I got things correctly, if you had the right guidance, you would be able to make a lot of money and also fulfill the dream that you have, which is to have your own store.
Yeah.
With this information that I just gave you, is this enough for you to say, yeah, actually, I do want to do this? Or do you feel like, you know what, I want to do more research because maybe there's another thing I'm going to like? And also the fact that you don't need a lot of money to start with this.
Hmm.
So,
No. No, I'm going to decide to do this. I'm just afraid that I'll stay stuck in this research phase forever. So, yeah.
for how long have you been in this research phase?
Yeah, 1 year, I'd say.
And you haven't took action into anything in that year?
No.
How do you expect, like, how much money do you expect to make, even if things don't go very well? Like, let's take it on the bad side. If you go with Egam, how much money do you expect to make if things don't go that well monthly?
If things don't go well, maybe 5, 6K a month.
Okay. So my point is that because you haven't taken action in the last 12 months, and let's say you only made 5K, which is nothing, honestly, with Ecom, you already missed on $60,000 because you didn't take action.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Time to take action.
You sure? You can really just do it, the research. Like nothing stops you. I'm not gonna stop you from you just researching it more. I just want you to know that I just want you to know. Okay? $60,000 you already lost this year because you're just researching. If you're fine with that, it's cool. I mean,
No, I'm not, I'm not fine with that bullshit.
why not?
I'm broke. I'm making peanuts. Those 60,000 would have been life-changing, man.
How much money do you have now in your account? If you don't mind telling me.
Mm, maybe, maybe like 5.5, I think.
Okay. So you could be having $65,000 in your account right now.
Yeah.
Do you want to wait another year?
Hell no.
Do you want to do research for another month?
No.
Do you want to wait another day?
No.
What do you want to do?
Yeah. Fucking make it.
When?
Today. I've had enough.
Okay. So you see how we deal with that?
This is a perfect example of you're always saying, say anything to me and I'll turn what you said into a positive, like something that benefits me. I gave you an objection and you committed the shit out of me from it. So, yeah.
Because I love objections. It's like I'm gonna make you bleed with it. You know? There is a fighter, I really don't remember his name. It was a known fighter in the do you guys remember remember like you existed in that time? Back in the day in Rome when you had the gladiators, who fought with swords, with forks, with I don't know, this tridents, multiple stuff. There was a famous one who only went no, it wasn't Spartacus. No, no, who went with only a shield, nothing else. And the only reason on that one was because he went with the shield because his sole purpose was to seal the weapon of the opponent and kill him with that one. It's and that's literally the principle here is like I'm gonna use whatever you give me to kill you. Right? That's what I want to do. Nothing else. Yeah.
Sick. Yeah.
All right, cool. Coolio, as Aiden would say. So if that's clear, let's finish this one. He just said that. Let's just do the labeling. I want to see how you do the labeling, and let's just move on to another one.
Okay. So, Andre, if everything makes sense to you today, the investment, all of that makes sense to you, are you the kind of man that would take action? Or
Nah, that's not. Also, that was so leading. No, not in this context. I'll show you. This is an easy way for you to do it. So if you don't know where to start, just copy me. I'm gonna do a recap, then I'm gonna do this. Andre, basically, after the conversation that we had, I feel like I really understand what's going on. I mean, you have been in this work for 5 years, making peanuts for money. You feel like you're wasting your life. You know, people are not appreciating you. And all this is very tied to the relationship that you have that you just don't want to be there anymore because, she kind of is not taking care of herself. And the reality is that if I just summarize everything, you just want a fresh start. You just want to move the page. Am I correct?
Yeah, yeah, precisely.
By the way, how powerful was that recap when I said that to you? The final part.
Yeah, very.
It's you need to be able to summarize not just the data, but just giving so it's this, right? You just want this, don't you? Yeah, I just want to start again. And being able to do that, it goes so deep into the person. It's crazy. Crazy. So, okay. So you just really want to do this. Now, I want to make sure that I can help you. I just have like two more questions. The first one is, what do you we're talking about this about you becoming an entrepreneur, successful with ecom. What do you think an entrepreneur does? Like, how does he behave?
That's a very good question. Works hard, follows his system, keeps building, keeps trying until it works.
Okay. Anything else?
We're gonna be something. We're gonna be much more to it. Just those are a few things which came into my mind right now.
Okay. So an entrepreneur is someone who works hard, who keeps trying, and who follows the system, right? That's your
Yeah.
opinion on, okay. How's that different from a 9 to 5er? Like, how does a 9 to 5er behaves?
9 to 5er just does what he tells, doesn't complain, and being a good little boy to everyone.
That's what he tells, doesn't complain, and he's just like a good boy following orders, right?
Precisely.
Be really honest with me. If I have to put you in a bucket of being entrepreneur and 9 to 5er, so far, your actions, where do I put you?
I mean, I have been 9 to 5er for the last 5 years.
Okay. So your actions were like this. And when was the last time that you behave as an entrepreneur, as the man you want to be?
Good question. The closest I have ever gotten is researching ecom while at work on a on a college dime, because fuck them. That's the closest I have gotten. Trying to set myself up in future and understand what I want to do instead of actually working. That's the closest I have ever gotten.
So you've been behaving like a 9 to 5er, and the closest you ever got to being the man you want to be, an entrepreneur, was just doing some research for a month. When I say this, how do you feel?
I have been wasting my life and I have been wasting my potential with everything, with college, with going to college, with that work, with girlfriend, with everything.
Do you want to keep wasting your life?
Absolutely not.
So what are you going to do?
What do you mean?
I mean, you told me you don't want to waste your life anymore. So what are you going to do to not waste it anymore?
Well, start working towards not wasting it, so I
How would
can
that?
finally
Yeah,
break through.
awesome. How would that look like?
That's a very good question. Well, I mean, since I'm getting into ecom, I will start following the system and start building, working on it every day, and get out of my current situation as soon as possible.
Well, that's literally the entrepreneur mindset, according to you. Following a system, keep on trying, working harder. You said you wanted to work on it, following a system every day. So now you're starting to think as an entrepreneur. Okay. When do you want to start being like this fully? Because you're getting there. Do you want to start being like this
How about right now?
right now? Okay. All right. Then do you see how I am just loaded? He's a loaded gun. I'm just pointing at it in the direction I want at this point. Do you see how powerful this is?
1000%.
Right? And so he committed to wanting to do this right now. Then all that's left for me, because he already said that why he want to work with us, will be asking him and roleplay with me. Okay. Following a system, working on it every day until you make it. That's your definition of success. You said you wanted to do this right now. Do you
Yes.
want to work on a system by yourself that you created, or do you want to do it with a proven system? And please, this is not a biased question. In your honest opinion, do you want to go do this solo Rambo mode, or do you just want to, follow a proven system and get the results as fast as possible?
Well, Solar Rambo mode sounds fun on paper, but I know it's not the. It's possible to succeed in ecom, but it's not the easiest thing, and I would much rather stick with a proven system where I can actually get from point A to point B faster.
But you do believe you can make it on your own.
I don't know. I don't know. To be honest, I would much rather get some help and to make sure I do it right, because I already wasted fair amount of time not moving anywhere, and I would like to make sure I can get that freedom as fast as possible.
Okay, try to quantify it for me. 0%, you're never gonna make it. 100%, I'm gonna make it. If you do it alone, what percentage would you give? And if you do it with a proven system, what percentage would you give it?
Well, Sam, and on my own, I might hard for me to give a percentage because even if I make it in 10 years, it's like now I'm 33. So it's if you really want me to touch percentage, let's just say 20 or 30%.
20 or 30
on my
if you're
own.
doing it alone. Okay. What about with a proven system? Not a random system, a proven system, by the way.
See, I mean, I really would like to say 100%, but I don't even know how it looks like, what's on the inside. So I would say, well, proven system, 90%.
Yeah, of course. Makes total sense. So, yeah, 20 to 30% alone, 90% with a proven system.
Mhm.
All right. Then, considering that you're also, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but in a rush, I know that you want to get out of here as soon as possible.
Mhm.
So, yeah. Should I explain you the proven system and we make money together or
Absolutely.
what?
Absolutely. Please do.
All right, then. All right. It's other things that I might pre-handle. It could be the wife, but I know he doesn't give a fuck. Like he's planning on leaving her anyways. So I'm not
Mhm.
concerned about that.
Mhm.
And the thing that will require some time, he does have time. He said that to us on how
Mhm.
many hours he's working. So
Mhm.
is this making sense?
Mhm.
Yes, sir.
All right, let me unpin you guys. Bring everyone again. What are your thoughts, takeaways, questions on this?
One question I
Probably
have is,
go ahead.
okay, do you would you almost recommend, maybe this is part of your new training, but would you recommend that we almost put this as like a checklist for us, that we always do the labeling in the end?
I'm making a new checklist selling for you guys, which I
Mhm.
wanted to be simpler because I know the current one has like 13 questions. I explained it. You're not supposed to use the 13 questions because otherwise this is literally a script. But I do want to make it simpler. And one of it is the double labeling. Not labeling, the double labeling. But I'll make it for you guys and you will see. All right. It's just to simplify stuff and it's even more powerful. So yes. I mean, just think about this. After I did the thing with the labeling, how did the conversation went? In what did it ended up? In him saying, okay, when do we start? Okay. It's very powerful. And it doesn't just help me to commit, to make him committed. He was also hyped because I even told him, oh, so now you're acting as the entrepreneur you told me you wanted to be. He's like, yeah, I am actually. And now he's like, yeah, I'm getting
I
the big
felt it.
labeling.
As a prospect, I felt that shit.
Yeah. So it's a combination of things that makes the process say, yeah, you know what, I'm doing this. And also it's beautiful for the if I have an objection, I just remind him of it. So you want to think about this? Okay. I just show you a system that you can follow, isn't it? Yes. You're not gonna follow it after you told me you're gonna follow a system. It's so difficult. It's so difficult. And it's even the dumbest thing in the planet. Labeling is so powerful and you can do it. With the idea of failing this, go and talk to a random guy, a stranger, and just said to that stranger, right now in front of you, I'm going to do 5 push-ups and I want you to see them, count them. It doesn't matter who it is. They're going to say, okay, yes, all right, this is 5. And now I want you to just walk away and leave. It's going to be so difficult. Even for the lows, you're not gonna make it because you just said, I'm gonna do 5 push-ups and I want you to look at me. There's so much in there that I have to do the push-ups now. Imagine just, no, okay, I'm leaving. It's how difficult must that be? Is this And even in an absurd example as that one, you're getting this. Imagine on a situation that is their life.
That makes sense. So in this offer specifically, you would do this example. How does an entrepreneur act? How does a 9 to 5 behave? And like you did?
Absolutely. Which takes me, before you keep going, that all of you see how much I made him work, how much he worked for me on that. I did nothing. He did everything, right? And that's how you're supposed to do it. Also, for how much time we talked about ecom overall since we did the whole role play? We barely talked about ecom.
Barely.
So keep that thing in mind. Now, please, any questions? I'm all ears.
I had a quick takeaway before Tyler go. Biggest thing is I had the entire story mapped in my mind, and there were a few more things you can dig on, just like get more clarity. But even without that, it was enough. So essentially, all of the avenues you took with a girlfriend, with work, that was more than enough. Even though potentially, if, for example, if Andre later took a slightly different route, he could have gotten a bit more, but where you got so far was enough. So it doesn't have to be, it's like the pain. It's almost like it doesn't have to be give me 120% pain on girlfriend, give me 120% pain on job. It's like I get 90% here, 90% here. We do this fried, it's enough. So it doesn't
Everything
necessarily
said.
have to be like precise and like perfect precisely to the granular of pain.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. In this case, 100%. In other cases, you're just gonna be one thing. The one
Mhm.
thing that is, yeah, I need to change this, which is the most likely thing, honestly. This is not the usual, but yeah.
I also wanted to add a comment.
Go.
I did this yesterday. I got on a call and then the person was saying that he was wanting to do things now because he wanted to be proactive instead of reactive. And I just did the whole thing on that. I was like, so what does a proactive person do? Like he was cooked. It was so funny. It worked so well. He was he's like, so what changed now? He's like, yeah, like I can't be reactive anymore. Like I have to be proactive. It's like it was good.
Sometimes when you do this, and this is it's like rolling a dice. You will see it because the more you do it, you will see it. It's like rolling a dice because after you ask them, what does an entrepreneur do in this case, or not a fiver? Or what is a proactive, a reactive person? Or what is a fitness person versus a fat person? Whatever label is, you realize that it's a roll of the dice because sometimes they can give you something that is, yeah, I follow a system. And it's like, okay, I have to work with follow a system. But sometimes they literally said, yeah, it's just people who take action and they never think about stuff. They just do. It's people who don't need permission from others. It's like so cooked, right? And they just jump into the things by themselves, right? And yeah, it's hilarious. There is. I'm gonna pause the recording for. So the whole
Sorry,
point here is. Tell me.
are you recording with Loom or Zoom? Because you didn't stop the recording for Zoom.
I did, but apparently it doesn't. Like I paused it, but it didn't say recording stopped. So I don't know. Worst case, we have a
Okay.
great editor. So yeah. Anyways, any takeaways or other stuff? I'm all ears.
I have a question, especially on the part where Andrenator was like he's very much stuck on the research phase. The thing that went on me in my head was taking it towards the direction where you uncover if it's fear that has stopped him from taking action or what is that deeper pattern. But you went the other way, which is like data. And then with data, you just show them and see their thoughts. So is that what you kind of did with this specific situation instead of just trying to get fear or things like that?
The thing is that you can get the emotions that dictate how they behave through talking about the emotions. But then at the end, it's a I say versus you say. At the end is going to be a Yeah, are you gonna be scared? No, but and you end up in that, right? With data is this is how it is. And a perfect example would be on someone who's spending money like crazy, but you never really get the numbers on exactly how much he's spending. And then you say, how much longer you want to be spending money like an idiot? And then he says, no, never again. But I mean, it's not like I'm completely wasting it. They have a room to discussion. With data, they don't. It's like, so you spend $500 every month and you make 400. Are you going to keep doing this? No. Why not? Well, because they don't have the room to say, well, I mean, it's not like I am. They cannot do that. That's why I'm always going to be going in this direction. And then I'm going with the emotions. The only exception, as I explained, is like, I don't know, you have a call and the prospect starts literally crying, I hate my life. It's like, okay, what do you mean you hate your life? Like, you're not gonna ignore that. But then I'm still going to the data. This is clear.
Yep, this is very clear. Now, with the data, were you just showing Andronator the opportunity cost of him delaying this for a year? Because I noticed you got the pattern, which was he stuck in the research phase, and then you got the data of how long that was. And then it's like a year, and then you show them what acting like this has costed them. So you can get after you show them the data, you get the why not do you not want to continue doing this? So, yeah, is that the thing behind the data?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Uga. Not a problem. What other questions you guys have? Something else? Takeaway? We're good.
I have a takeaway.
Go.
So as soon as you get enough pain of the current situation, ask why, not stay there. So you always gather enough data on what they're currently facing, and you use that to make them tell you this is not an option for me anymore, and then you move on. Another takeaway is when someone has been doing something for years, that means they're comfortable, so you have to go through 3 to 4 iterations on having the prospects sell themselves on the vehicle so that this is, yes, this is comfortable, but I don't want to stay here and I need this thing you have.
These are great. And I can unify them into usually the biggest objection is I need to think about it. And they need to think about it is basically I can still do what I am doing and survive. This is why I am shutting the doors. Because I need the prospect to tell me I cannot stay in this job for more. The only acceptable answer is, well, I have to stay because I need money. But as soon as I can, it's like I'm out because that makes sense. It's like it's logical. But they need to tell me I'm not staying in here anymore. Because otherwise, if I don't shut that door, they will think when they go to the end and they know they have to pay 5K, 10K, whatever. They're like, yeah, I mean, I could just stay in my job though. And now everything is cooked. Make sense? Okay. So you two?
It's just me. Can we do
Oh,
a role play where you are the setter and someone's like so that we can practice the phone setting qualifications for this offer?
we Jaden's answer is the best.
Please.
Jaden's answer. So if you guys want a good setter training, I know the best guy on the planet. He's the top D. No. So when it comes to the setting, what I am planning on doing is who cares about setting? I will actually show you guys this next week because I want you to keep learning on what they are showing you. And I want you to tell me quickly or show me what is that you guys do. And I'll just show you. But this is more important because maybe if I explain it like this, it will make more sense. Where's the white room? Why the option on the document is completely off? There we go. No, it's not. Why can I? Okay, I'm just gonna share my screen again. So maybe this is gonna explain it in an easier way. So this is sales. Okay, this is sales. And for the sake of making this easy, this equals closing, because closing is the highest level, literally. You have to do everything that is in sales from 0 to 100. Okay. Setting, let's say setting is like this. Like, I don't know, 30 to 66, something like it. I'm just making up numbers. So this is setting. If I show you guys how to go from here to here, you don't only have what it takes to set well, you have what it takes to take care of special cases like these two. So it would always make more sense for me to train you on closing. That's one. The second one is that this is a closing mentorship, not a setter mentorship. I know that some of you are, because of this, a little bit on the setting, but it's fine. It's only a step. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be a dickhead and I'm going to leave you like, yeah, just die. I'm not going to do that. But right now, it makes more sense for us to focus on this so that you can get the whole thing. And by the time that we're there, I just show you, because there's not going to be a difference. So what you would have to do as a setter is literally call people who are warm people, even easier, because it's not even like a cold call that you have to do the thing that I taught on Donator, that are videos, which is, oh, my fucking dog. I was like, that one? You don't even have to do that one. Isabel has no idea about that training. You don't? Okay. There's a training I did on that. I don't know if you can then. But then, there are trainings on this. You can see it. You can just go to school and put cold calls, like something like that. You'll see a bunch of those. That's one. It will help you a lot. But the thing is that because this is warm people, basically what you do is, I want to see what is the frame that they give you, because I want to see how they do it and how we can tailor it so it doesn't go completely wrong. But after that is basically, okay. So Isabel, yeah, I'm calling you from. What happened? What do you mean what happened? And you just maintain the conversation, you go for the discovery, you close them, or you set them in the worst case for a longer conversation with the closer. If you guys want, we can work one day and we can see what is that you guys have. If you can make it neat in one document so I can read it, all right? Because I genuinely don't have time. You could just show me, okay, so I'm doing this. Or they told us to do this. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna make a loom, like a hunter's eye, and I show you exactly how I would do it. And then you can just repeat it over and over and over again. It will be simpler. But the actual training like this, doing role plays on this is like, we're gonna kill ourselves.
I have the framework of basically the script that they want us to use on the calls.
Let's do this. Make it on a document. Work with whenever all of you can work together on this. Put it on a document. Send that to me. I'll make a loom on that. I'll send it to you and all of you can see it. And then you can practice it if you guys want to. But when it comes to this time that we're practicing, way better to focus on this. You guys can learn a lot more. Yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Unless Jaden wants to role play with me on setting. Do you want to do this, Jaden? It seems like you like the idea.
On setting?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's up to you.
I'm kidding. Okay. So we have.
Can we see a recording later, please?
It could be. I could make a loom on that. So gotta go. All right, peace out. So we can do one more role play, okay? Like a quick one. All right. Do you guys want to, or do you guys want to leave it at here?
No, we want to.
Okay.
Everyone.
We could do the spinning one. Actually, this is spinning. It's just the fair. But if it comes out, I'm gonna eliminate a name so that it is not the same. So we got Jaden. I probably shouldn't put this one on YouTube. Fuck. All right. Note for Matt to bleep that thing. Amro, Tyler is out. Jared is not anymore. Where is George? He wanted to do this and he doesn't show up. Okay. Russian comrade. Mm,
Yeah, I need to step away for a second, so I guess it's going to be Amra, Jaden, and Isabel. So I'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay. Go. Then. Andronator, you wanted to say something?
I just wanted to ask you briefly. In my last roleplay I did with George, I think my biggest problem, you can let me know if you disagree, was that I jumped from thread to thread. Just if you had to summarize one big thing that I fucked up on this roleplay, if you can, what would you say that thing was?
I don't think you jump into thread on different threads. It's just that you didn't went deep enough into each thread now.
Okay, thanks.
But way better, actually. Okay, so we got Jaden. I'm going to censor this name. Amro and Isabel for the closer. Aiden, you're not a closer, right? No, you ended up phone setting. Okay, yeah, let's just practice like this, then we'll make it more complex. So let us see.
Hi, Bugsy Prospect.
Well, unless someone has an objection, the chink won. That thing loves Amro. Yeah, but it is unfair, though. It is pretty unfair, but we're going to use this. So, okay. Who wants to be the prospect?
I can be.
Everyone wants to be the prospect. We got 4 people wanting to be a prospect. Amro, you choose then. 5 people want to be Amro. Your choice. You're muted.
Let's go with Andronator since Kevin went a few days ago.
Okay. Kevin, you're fucked. Kevin is cooked. So, okay. You two, I'm gonna bring you to the spotlight. But give me a second. I need to take a call. All right. Un momento. Give me like 3 minutes.
So it was just because he got tired. Is that what we think?
We good?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Let's make it work. So remind me. Amro with Andronator, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Awesome. Sorry, guys.
Should we have an objection because Emerald did go like 4 times already?
Should you?
Hold on.
I don't know.
Didn't I give someone my position last time? That's how generous I am.
I don't.
It's true. So is there an objection?
No.
No? Okay. I mean, if there
Okay.
was. All right. Gotta fight more, Isabel. All right.
I
So
just said it.
let's go.
I have a headache. So now I understand, Luca.
Yes. All right. Let's begin whenever you're ready from the get-go.
From the very start. From the very start.
Yeah.
Okay. Andre,
Jake, what's good, man?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. No complaints.
All right. Andre, I know we're both limited on time, so let's just jump straight into it and see how we can help you make a lot of money, all right?
Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome. All right, Andre. So the purpose of this call is to see whether or not what we have will work for you. The way we'll do that is I'll start asking you a few questions. fully get to understand your situation. And once I start explaining the program, I'll allow you to do the same. That way we can both see if this is a good fit or not. Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
All right. One more thing, I'm very direct and very transparent. So I would appreciate you're the same with me. And just so you know, there's no sales pressure per se. At any time you feel that what I'm presenting is not a good fit, feel free to stop me and say, Jake, this is not going to be something I want to pursue. I will do you that same courtesy as well. Does that make sense?
Yeah, man. Just so you know, like this is my first interview for anything, so if I don't know how really these interviews go, but if I do anything strange, you can, just let me know.
No worries. All right, Andre, I'll let you kick things off. What is the main reason you want to start with ecom as an entrepreneur right now?
So pausing, don't go. Two things. One is I still don't like the no sales pressure.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
when I say to people, don't worry about it. Like, you can tell me whatever you want. Imagine this. I'm on a date with a girl and I say, hey, no pressure. Do you like my shirt? She's like, or oh, the opposite. It makes more sense actually. Let's say she said, hey, no pressure. Do you like my dress? And I was like, yes. You know, there's pressure. Isabel knows. Look at her laughing. She knows. Like it's you have to be careful with what you say. Okay? So you saying it creates the pressure. I know you're not doing it on the wrong thing, but just eliminate that. Just say you can just say if you really like the idea, which is not bad. You can say, hey, by the way, it's no pressure. If you don't think that we can help you, just let me know. And if I believe that we cannot help you, I'll just tell you. Like, you see, that's way better. Okay. So, but the rest is good. And the second thing is that when you do the opening question, I know that you were reading it, so maybe that didn't help, but it's not. So, Andre, what is the main reason you want to start with e-commerce? You spoke like that, and you only made a pause on the entrepreneur. It's like, so, Andre, what is the main, accentuate the main so they know it. What is the main reason you want to start with e-commerce, being an entrepreneur right now? Right? There's a way of saying it. Try that once more, and then we go.
All right. So, Andre, what is the main reason you want to start with ecom as an entrepreneur right now?
Yeah, the big reason is I've been thinking about this a lot lately. Kind of in a hard decision right now I need to make whether I should leave my job or not. I'm definitely leaning towards that I need to leave it. And the next best thing from here is to go all in and do ecom to, achieve my dreams, make a shit ton of money. And yeah, I think I can do that with ecom. I've been doing some research and I think that's the route.
Okay. So you've been thinking a lot about leaving your job, and you believe the next big thing for you to achieve your dream is ecom, which you've researched a lot.
Wrong recap. You're saying it like a positive thing. Look at this recap. So, if I got things correctly, you right now are facing a hard decision, which is it seems to be leaving your job, and you are thinking about ecom. You have been doing some research. Is that correct? Do you see? It's
Yep.
like, boom, we're going with gravity. You're like, oh shit. What you're saying is, so you're looking at ecom, you're doing research, you want to accomplish your dreams. It's like we're Mary Jenner at in two calls in two questions, right? It's like, so is it making sense?
Yeah, you start putting the pressure early.
There is a imagine there is a glass. You know the term of the half empty glass, half filled glass of water.
Yeah.
In this case, you use the half empty glass always. It's not how you want to accomplish your dreams, is that you want to leave this job because it's a hard decision. I don't know what the fuck. So you recap it in the negative way. If someone said to you, well, my main reason is because, let's say, is, I don't know, this is lead generation. Well, I need more leads because I am basically only closing 3 out of 10. Your recap is not, okay, so you need more leads because you're closing 3 out of 10. Your recap is, okay, so you're not closing 7 out of 10 leads. Do you see the power in this shit? So you have to, when you do the recap, very important. So you want to give that another shot?
Yes. All right, Andre. So you want to achieve, you're, you've been thinking a lot about leaving your job, and you've been doing an immense amount of research to achieve your dreams, and you believe e-com is the right way to go.
No,
Yes.
no. So Andre, you have a hard decision to make. You're thinking about leaving your job and you're doing research on ecom to see if this is the path. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And what are you doing right now for your job?
I'm I don't know if I don't know what this is 100% called in English, but I think it's called after school teacher.
Okay, what is that?
So imagine, when the kids they go to school, some of the kids their parents come pick them up immediately after school, right? So that's my main task to make sure that, they have something to do, they're, an adult that is looking after them, that they have some food to eat, they have some games, that kind of stuff. But just so you know, I'm also working during the official school hours. Then I'm just there basically as a supplementary teacher.
So you're a supplementary teacher. What do you mean a supplementary teacher?
You could have done it
Okay, so
way better by saying, okay, so right now you work as an after school teacher, basically taking care of the kids after they, like they finish the school schedule and you have to take care of them until the parents get them, or how does that work? Like, tell me.
mm, yeah, no, that's spot on exactly how it works. Yeah.
Okay. What did you ask him, Adro? What did you ask him?
What do you mean by supplementary teacher? Because I was going to take those two things and then recap it at once. So you're doing these two things basically.
Okay, go with that. Let's see which one goes further. Let's see. Go with that.
Yeah. So
Right.
basically, as a supplementary teacher, that basically means, mm, during the normal school hours, it's not that I'm having a class in math or anything like that. There's, the main teacher that is, have gone to university, whatever, and they are maybe holding a math class. Then I'm just there, again, as a supplementary teacher, maybe, helping out, but I'm not responsible for the class or anything crazy like that.
I don't understand. So what do you do exactly?
Mm, I'm basically assisting the teacher. So one teacher, maybe in a class, there are 25 students, right? But it's hard for
Mhm.
one teacher to help 25 students at once with math, right? And I can do basic math. I'm not stupid, right? So I can still assist in the classes.
By doing what?
Yeah, no, it's going slow. Not bad. I will show you how we would combine it and see this. What is the problem here? It's taking a long time. It's taking long. So see the difference. Okay, so right now you're working in after an after school teacher and also as a supplementary teacher. That's what you said?
Yep.
Okay. So after school teacher is basically you taking care of the kids after the school, and the supplementary teacher is basically you, I don't know, helping the main teacher.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. This is where you kind of left it, Amro. Now, instead of going to, I don't understand, is okay. So tell me, these kids that you're taking care of, that you're working with, how old are you? Are they?
So during the school hours, I'm mainly helping grade two, so they're 8 years old. While after school, I'm taking care of kids that are aged 6 to 10 years old.
Okay, so we can ballpark it at you're working with 8 years old, right?
Yep.
Okay. Tell me, how does your day to day look like on how many hours you're working with them?
I'm working 32 hours a week right now, so yeah, I don't know what that turns out to, maybe like 6, 7, 8 hours a day.
So it depends. How many days do you work a week?
Kind of varies from week to week, but let's say 4 days a week on average.
4 days?
Yeah.
And you're sure you work 32? I want to leave you to do it, Amro. I want to see how you do this, but
All right, Andre. So you work there. You work 6 to 7 hours per day. So 6 hours per day, and you do that 4 days a week.
wait. Why 6 to 7 hours a day? He said he works 32 a week, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he works
but
four
he
days
says
a
in
week. You work 4 days a week, Andrew.
So it varies. Some weeks I'm working 5 days a week, some four, but it all turns out every week exactly to 32 hours a week.
Okay, it's an exact 32 hours a week. Okay.
Exactly, yeah.
The thing is that you're going very low with the hours, but you can still make the point. Fine. Go with it. I would have said 8 hours. So you're averaging 8 hours a day because it's one thing is to take the number down so that you give him the benefit of the doubt. But when it's a fixed things, I don't want to reduce that. I don't know if this is making sense. It's not. I'll show you. So, Andre, you told me you work 32 hours a week. Okay. Mm, how many days you work a week? 4, 5? How many days?
Yeah, so let's say on average, just to make it clear, 8 hours a day, 4 times a week.
8 hours a day. Okay.
Yep.
4 times a week. All right. So yeah, we got we got those 32 hours a week. So a month you're working 128 hours. Okay. What are the activities that you do in this job? Can you tell me? Like I know taking care of them and assisting the teacher, like I can imagine, but walk me through, like give me very quick rundown. I do this, I do this, I do this, I do this.
Yeah. So I start out the day. Mm, Imagine like 30 minutes before the school starts, then I'm basically outside, just, playing games with the kids. I like that. Then the school starts, and we have maybe 3 hours of straight classes. I don't enjoy that as much, being honest with you. And then they have a break, and again, that's something I really like because then I'm just outside playing football, basketball, etc. with the kids. Then we have another maybe 3 hours of straight classes. Boom, the day is over in a sense, and that's when the after school part starts. And that's basically 2 to 3 hours where I'm basically just play around with the kids.
Do you like that part? That final part?
100%.
Okay. So you're working 128 hours on this job, which sounds in the majority of the time you're enjoying it. You're only not liking the parts where you're in the classroom, right? Like that's the only part you're
Yeah.
not. Okay. So talk to me about compensation. How does it look like in this job?
Fucking shit, man. Really shitty. 1.6K a month.
This is euros, USD.
USD.
Okay. Is this after, before taxes?
This is before taxes, actually.
Okay. How much are you end up getting for yourself?
After taxes, like maybe 1.3K a month.
1.3. Okay. And so that I can get the full picture on where you're living, what are the expenses looking like on your side monthly, roughly?
Mm, $200 maybe.
Only $200. That's all the money you spend.
Yeah.
I'll leave you to take it from there, Andro. But this is like a very clear idea on what I am getting. There's multiple things that I still have to do, but where would you take it from there?
All right, so for how long have you been doing this?
No. No. He just told you. He makes so he makes 1.3K and he only spends $200. What are you curious about?
Has it always been this way?
Even more curious.
What's so bad
How
about
is
it?
that possible?
How's that possible? What the fuck? Do you live in Malaysia? In Bali? In a jungle? How's that possible? So the next question is, okay, so you're making 1.3K home, you're only spending $200. What are you living in the jungle? Why don't you have any expenses? How do you live?
Yeah, no, I live with my parents, so that's why.
Oh, okay. So your expenses are like what? The things you just want to buy for yourself or
I don't spend a lot of money, to be honest. I just spend, investing some money, and also it's the gas to drive to my work.
is it far from where you live?
Yeah, kind of far actually. 45 minutes.
That's just going, right?
Yeah.
Mm. Okay. So what's the obvious question? Amr. You want to try? You want me to go? You're lost. So I'll show you. Okay. So you're spending 45 minutes on the go, 45 minutes coming back. That's 90 minutes. So it's an hour and a half. So technically you work 9.5 hours a day, not necessarily 8 hours. So if we make the calculation, it's like, yeah, you're like 140 hours a week. Okay. It's a month. And if you're making this, so just for me to really understand here, you're bringing home 1.3K and the amount of hours that you're working are roughly 140. So your hourly rate is $9. Okay. Which is, you look kind of disappointed when I said that.
Yeah, that shit.
You haven't thought about it like that or why?
No, I'm very aware of that. I'm very aware of that.
Okay.
I know it's shit. I mean, it depends on how I look at it. It makes sense, right? I have no degree. I just got straight out of school. It's natural, but it's still shit.
Hmm. Well, why is it shit? Because you're making, I mean, if you only spend $200, you have literally 1.1K every month, and you told me that you don't even spend it. It's like you're saving it up, kind of investing it. It's like, so you're obviously on the surplus. And even though, yeah, you're not making a crazy number, you also told me that the majority of the time that you spend on this job, you're kind of enjoying it, playing with the kids and stuff. So when we started this call, you told me that you had a hard decision to make about leaving your job. I'm really not seeing it. Everything you told me is that you really love this job.
I know, and that's why it's a hard decision to still leave it.
So why would you want to leave it then?
The
Do
money
you
is
see?
shit.
Before you go, do you see? I am pushing for the no. This is the clearest example. I am pushing for that no. I am helping him to say, hey, I don't want to do this. Why? Because he booked the call with me. he obviously wants to do something different. So he's, even though if he agrees, he's still going to tell me, yeah, but, and now the but is in my favor. Is this making sense?
Yes.
Okay. So take it from there, Ambro, and answer that, Angelator.
Yeah. There's a lot that goes into this, but well, like I told you, the money shit. Sure, I live at home, right? But I won't do that forever. I won't live at home until I'm 30. So, shit are expensive here in Sweden. I can't move out. If I do, it will be tight as fuck. Plus, that's not even the biggest thing. The biggest thing is, how can I put this? I'm just meant for more. Like I know it. I watch all these guys on YouTube, Tate, this Sky Lucas and all these guys, and I just hear them talk about greatness and be the fucking man, and in a sense, this job doesn't fulfill that.
It doesn't fulfill what exactly?
No, it's a good question. That's why it's like, it's a good question. But what's a better question based on what he just said?
It is.
Well, you told me that you're seeing these people like Lucas Guy, like, am I gonna be canceled if I say his name? Like Top D, you see these people that really, really talk about greatness and about being the man. How do you feel in your job right now?
Well, it's a very strange feeling because in a way, I'm the most fulfilled in my life ever because all the kids, they really love me. I feel like I'm genuinely helping people on a daily basis, like I truly do. At the same time, I look at the people that have been here for a lot of years. They're not really that happy. And also, this is not me becoming, the fucking top G, the becoming the man, achieving greatness. It isn't.
Why not?
Maybe I'm just too focused on money. I don't know, but a part of,
No, sorry.
achieving,
Maybe no, sorry. Why you're not gonna achieve greatness by doing what you're doing?
because I think that greatness is connected with money and I make shit money.
What would you ask him there now? Do you see why? And again, giving you time to think. This is so important because he is telling me that his job is shit. And all I told him was, hey, your job seems pretty great. So it's him talking himself out of the job. So he won't give me any to think about this. Maybe I can stay on this job later in the call. So, okay. He just said this. What do you think you can ask Amber?
He said something about money. I'm going to ask, what do you mean? You don't even spend any. You said money is tied to greatness, but you don't even do anything with money. You just save it all the time.
I see a good angle that can come up for that, which is basically why you don't spend it then, because I don't have enough. Okay. Is that why you don't feel great with the money you make? So that's the only alternative that this could be good. But if he doesn't go that route, it's a bad question that takes extra time. Think about it from the data gathering perspective. You have two good options, which is asking the why now, right? Because you ask, okay, you've been in this job for X amount of time. Why now? Right? Or for how long have you been feeling, or for how long you knew that you want to be great like this? And then you can tie it to the job duration and then the why now. Both options. Like you take which one you like. I would have done this one. Maybe try this one. Let's go into one thread, which is basically, okay, for how long have you been in this job? For how long, you felt like you could be great. Let's see where that takes you. Ask it in any way you want.
Right. Andre, so that being said, for how long have you been feeling this way where you've been just looking at people who are more than you, who has achieved more in life, and
He didn't said that.
no, yeah,
You're putting words there. For
I,
how long you have been looking at people that you defined as great? Yeah, actually, just that, Andre. For how long have you been looking at these people? That's enough.
So all this basically started when I started working out. Was very insecure with my body. I looked like a fucking skeleton. So I started working out like a maniac. That built a lot of confidence. It helped me a lot. So that's when I started to, do self-improvement, watch all these guys. And to answer your question, I think that was 4 years ago.
Do you see how everything starts to tie together? 4 years ago. Why now? This call. But there's questions in the middle of that. What are those?
sorry, what did you say?
Yeah. What are those questions? Give it a shot.
Right. So you've been having this mentality for 4 years. What have you been doing since then?
He didn't say he had that mentality. He said he has been watching these people for 4 years. That's the second question. When he acquired this mentality. And the third one is, why are you here now if you acquired it like 2 years ago? That makes sense
Okay.
now?
Yeah. So you've been watching these people for 4 years. When did it start for you to have that mentality of greatness?
Mm, mainly, mainly like 1.5 years ago, primarily.
Right. And um, sorry, can you help me out? What makes you say, why are we on this call now and not a year and a half ago, a year ago, even later on? Why now?
You can even contextualize it to make it better. You did was great, but you can say, so 4 years ago, you've been watching these people, you adopted their mentality like after 2 years and a half of just watching them. And 1 year and a half ago, even though you had this mentality, you still stayed in this job that you're making shit money, in your words, that is only $9 an hour. And it's not a job that allows you to have the greatness that you want. So why are we in this call today? Did something happen recently? Do you see how much, if you contextualize it and then you ask the question, is so clear to the prospect as well. And we showed him as well that he has been fucking around for a long time, because he's yeah, I've been wasting time. And you want that. You want him to realize it. So give it a context and ask it.
All right. So, Andre, you've been watching these people for 4 years. A year and a half ago, you've acquired the same mentality they have for greatness. But we're on this call now. Could you help me understand why?
Yeah.
Did something happen recently that made you want to jump on this call now?
So 7 months ago, I started my job, and around 1.5 years ago, I finished school. Okay. After I finished school, mm, I looked at this, content out there, and I heard about making money online, so I kind of started researching it briefly. I heard things about copywriting, stuff like that. Kind of looked into it very briefly, but I had absolutely no idea what to do whatsoever. So I just applied for normal ass jobs. And eventually I landed this job. So I started there. I have been there for the past 7 months. Like you know, I enjoy it a lot. But yeah, it's not taking me where I want to. And recently I had, a thing with my boss as well that made me also question it even more to be to be honest with you. It was a bit fucked up.
What happened?
One thing, sorry to cut you off like this, but there's one thing that I am not clear because I just realized I would have said like this. By the way, for how long have you been a an after school teacher?
7 months.
7 months.
I was actually personally confused with that. Never mind. I would have just maybe be a bit dumb, ask that question just to make sure. Do the same, guys, if you're lost on something. 7 months. Okay. So what happened with the boss? And then you go back to that. You see, it's like a sneaky question. You get full clarity. Boom. So ask that question.
Okay. So what happened with you and your boss?
It's a long ass story, man. I don't know if you have time.
Tell me.
Okay, to keep it briefly then. There was an incident with the kid. He fucked up completely just out of the blue. He bit me in the arm. Okay. His mother came to me then and accused me of treating the kid poorly, as opposed to making the kid apologize to me, right? And I'm not a confrontative guy at all, but for some reason I just told her like, what what the fuck? Like, are you serious? There's no way in hell. Like, do you know that your kid is a fucking monster? Like, seriously. So what she did was she sent an email to not only my boss, the principal, right, but to the whole city, all the teachers in the whole city, like almost 100 people, where she accused me of being violent toward our kid. Okay. And then the next day I got called to the principal's office. Okay. Which is my boss again. And she tried to force me to apologize to not only the kid, but his mother. I did the same thing to her. Are you serious? There's no way. I'm rather quitting right here on the spot than apologizing. So that's when I started questioning things.
When did this happen?
You're a fucking psychopath, Amro. You cannot say it like this. So it- you you either you need to react. What would a normal person do in that case? Which you would do it too. You're just thinking of this as a sales call. As a normal person is, the kid did what to you? He bite you?
Yeah, fucked up.
And she sent an email to like 100 people, to your boss, and she wanted you to apologize to the principal, to her, to the kid, to everyone.
Yeah, crazy.
Be really honest with me. I won't judge you. Did you do something for that kid to bite you? Or it's like genuinely the devil, like you said, a
No,
monster?
no, look, he was using his smartwatch, and I warned him several times that he's not allowed to do so. And I said, if you don't put it away, I'll have to take it from you. So
Yeah.
I take my arm and I reach for it, and while I do so, he bites me in the arm and runs away.
Wow. Actually a monster. Did he hurt you or anything? It was more like the act that it pissed you off.
I mean, to be honest with you, I fucking felt it, but luckily I had like a hoodie, so it didn't bite through, the material.
Is this the first time that you have an event like this? Obviously, I'm not assuming kids bite you, but
Mm, there has been teachers, sorry, parents that are fucking dickheads that complain about us, but not an event like this, no.
then I would ask, when does this happen? All right. But see how much context you missed on that. And I could even go a little bit more, like getting more details. What was the situation? Like, how was it, you know, being in that room with that kid, with that mother, with your boss, and she's telling you that you should apologize? What happened specifically? I'm gonna make him live that, right? I'm still when I would like to ask when this happened, but I'm gonna make him live it, and I'm make him ask him, how do you feel in that moment? So it's like you need to squeeze that. If you squeeze that, you win. And this is, I think, roughly a true story. I don't think you're making up everything in here. So it's like, as Renato can vouch, if you squeeze that, he's like, yeah, fuck this shit, honestly. So squeeze it more. But let's go on that route that you ask when this happened, but then make him relive that moment in detail.
Okay. So when did this happen?
Around a month ago.
Right. So you were in the room with the kid who bit your arm and the parent as well, the mother, in the principal's office, and you were forced to apologize to not only the kid who bit you, but the mother who told everyone in town that you are violent. I think you said that's the word.
No. So the same day this happened, the mother came to pick her son up. Okay? And then she came to me, attacking me, accusing me, etc. Then the next day, I got called privately to the principal's office. The mother was not there, the son was not there.
Right. And you were called there to apologize.
Now, this is better. We have two scenarios now. Okay, so the next day, the mother showed up and she started yelling at you. What happened?
The same day.
The same day? Okay, what happened? When was this? Like in the school? What she said to you?
Yeah, it was on the school area. She just came to me and her son, was behind her and she was accusing me of all kind of stuff.
Like what kind of stuff?
Well, yeah, that I shouldn't have done, I shouldn't have touched her son, and I should have, accordingly to her, her son had never heard my warnings, right? Surprise, surprise. And she almost like slightly accused me of being violent towards him, and yeah, stuff like that.
So you're and this was in a public space in space in school. Everyone was listening.
It was so strange because you know how kids is. All the other kids, they knew what had happened, and all the kids like just stormed us. I was here, and the mother was here, and her son was here, and then all the other kids like was standing in a circle, just watching our conversation, which was a very uncomfortable conversation, by the way.
What made it uncomfortable? The fact that everyone was watching, all your students?
Yeah, part of that, but it's also surreal. Like you do your job, and then the parent comes and accuses you of doing stuff you haven't even done, and it's obvious that the kid had done something wrong, but she
Yeah.
just put the blame on me.
How did you felt in that moment?
Pissed off was the first one, and I was just like, "What the fuck is this shit? Like, this is crazy."
And then when you talked to your boss, the next day the principal called you, right? What happened there?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, she played fucking politician games with me. She was trying to say that, yeah, she understood me, but we gotta like put a good face out there, so we need to apologize. It's just so fake. Very, very fake.
So the principal told you that you had to apologize for something we know you didn't do.
Yeah.
What did you do?
I said, no, I'd rather quit right here on the spot than apologize.
And this was a month ago.
Yeah.
So did you quit?
No, because I'm very valuable at the job. So she just said, oh, okay. Oh yeah, I'll see what I can do.
And
And
how has
actually, she offered me a promotion a bit later. So
Did you took it?
That's what I'm deciding. Should I take it or should I leave it?
What are you leaning more towards, considering what just happened?
Yeah, leaving it.
Why leaving it? Why?
Because
Like, I
I
doubt
know
there's gonna
the
be. Sorry to cut you up. Like, I doubt there's gonna be another kid who's gonna bite your arm again. So
Yeah, but that was just one thing. I think I would have left it even though that had not happened. It's just that I know deep down that I'm meant for way more, and making this money is shit. Not right now, but long term.
you see the emotional impact that we did with the conversation with that by making him being mentally in that place again, like how he started answering the stuff, and then I pushed the no again. I'm pushing you to. I mean, this is not gonna happen again. So why not just taking the promotion? Why not staying there? He's selling himself on the idea to me. He's selling himself on shutting down that door. Yeah. I'm being
Yes.
completely inexpressive. Is this good, bad? Understanding this?
It's good. I have a question though.
Tell me.
I didn't go that route because I knew it will drag. And in the beginning of the conversation, you told me I was going slow, so we needed to speed things up.
There are things. So there are things you need to speed up. Data numbers. Okay. What are the? How many kids do you work? What's their age? How many hours do you work there? For how many days? How much money you make? That's fast. But this, it's slow. This is how was the scenario? She was yelling at me in front of my students. Really? What did your students thought of the moment? Why? Is this making sense? Is the impact that this is having? In this case, I do want to go slow. I don't want to not squeeze this. This is what you squeeze. The data, which is how many hours you work in a day. Like, I'm not going to squeeze that. That's just a number to have context. But then I want to go there. Is this making sense?
Yes.
Getting back to the recording. So, okay. Is this clear now, Ambro? Like, data gathering. The thing is that we're still in data gathering. Like, we're still in data gathering. We haven't exited. It's just that there are some things in the data that should be fast, and there are things that we should take our time. We really want to go slow if we want to go fast. This is the perfect example. In this, you want to go really slow, and also on selling him on the idea. So, what would you ask him?
What was the last thing you said? You always knew you were meant for more. Can you help me understand what exactly do you mean by that?
Mm. Yeah, so watching all those guys, I don't know, I just respect them. And I want to be like them. I want to feel confident, okay, like they are. There's also like tangible things, you know. I want to buy a Mustang, okay, for my brother and I. It's like a big passion we both have. Just want to be able to travel. I want to be able to take care of my family. I've had a very good upbringing, being honest with you. So I just want to provide that for them.
All right. So basically, you want to be a provider for your family.
Yeah.
All right. I'll go with double labeling right now.
No. So, I don't like this tangent that you're going, because now we're talking about future pacing when we could have done way better things. But let's take it from there. I'll show you. Role play with me, generator. Okay. How much are you able to provide right now?
Just letting you know. By the way, I need to jump off in 10 minutes. I have a call. But yeah, not that much. Basically nothing.
Okay, but I mean, you're getting 1K extra. You cannot provide them with that?
That it's not enough for me to, buy a Mustang. It's not enough for me to buy a trip. Maybe I could buy groceries here and there, but
Yeah.
yeah, maybe.
So you're in a situation right now where they have to provide for you by giving you a home, a place to stay. Like, that's how it is.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. So I want to make sure that you don't have this as a way out. And what I mean with this is that after what you told me, I really need to understand that you're not in a situation where you still want to be in this job. I want to know if you're sure on the fact that you just don't want to be an after school teacher and you actually want to do things that will allow you to become great and provide for your family.
I know I'm going to leave the job. I need to leave the job at some point. So the only question is that day today, or should I accept the promotion and maybe work there for another 6 months?
Well, what could you gain with that promotion? A little bit more money?
Nah, fuck the money. I make like an extra
I mean, you're making,
$50 a month.
oh, so you would make like $50 extra a month.
It's nothing.
So why are you concerning, why are you entertaining the idea of staying there then? I'm not understanding.
Just because I really enjoy it.
Well, do you want to enjoy the job or do you want to be great like the people you watch? That you want to provide for your family? What is more important to you, in all honesty?
Being great.
So what path is going to take you to be great? Doing something else or staying in this job, being an after school teacher?
Yeah, do something else.
So you're not going to be an after school teacher then? Have you made that decision yet? Or do you need time to think about this?
No, it's time to make the decision.
Okay. Why would you make the decision now?
Why?
Yeah. Why would you make the decision now then? You told me that you don't need to keep thinking about this. So,
Well, I've been thinking about it a lot, and the more I put it off, just the harder the decision gets. So, might as well do it now.
did something happen recently that made you realize, hey, I want to get in this call. I want to see if I change up things?
I saw the webinar and it spoke to me, but also that, event that I spoke to you about, and just all the people I listen to say that if you want to be great, you got to put yourself outside of your comfort zone. So, and I am in my comfort zone right now.
Okay. So you heard the people saying that you need to get out of your comfort zone. You want to be great. And it's also the pressure that this new promotion brings. Should you take it or not? Right. So these
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
and watching the webinar, all this got you here. So are you in a position that you're going to make a move? Like, are you sure? Or are you going to go backwards?
No, I'm going to make a move.
Okay. Why do you want to do it with ecom? Do you have another way of doing it besides ecom? Why do you want to do it with us? I see. What do you think an entrepreneur does? What do you think a 9 to 5er does? Double labeling. Who do you want to be? Are you going to change that? How are you going to do it? When are you going to do it? Good. Do you see enough from us to know that we can help you? Yes. What will be the difference between you working with us versus working alone? This. What do your parents think about this? This. This will require a few hours a day. Can you make the time? Yes. Why? Because of this. Boom. Finish. I'm speeding up because I know I have to leave. Make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay. I would like to hear your thoughts, your takeaways, your points. Anyone. Andronator has priority if he wants to say something because he's leaving. Otherwise, just leave.
Yeah, I need to jump off. But yeah, good shit, guys. See ya.
Peace out.
Peace.
So, lads,
On this
Kevin
call,
is
it's what I wrote down at the end, which is data gathering should be fast, emotional events should be slowly relived.
don't rush the data gathering though. Like, there's a difference between going fast than saying, okay, numbers, I need to go fast. How many hours do you work? What? Don't do that, right? Like, just take your time, just be efficient, because otherwise this can take a long time. You don't want super excessive long calls. But on the things that matter like this, I would 100% slow down. For example, with the emotional side that we got. And it's like, why? The biggest impact, in my opinion, in this call would have been the double labeling. With a good double labeling there, I think all of you will be like, damn, right? I think we didn't got there, so it's fine. But overall, you got to see a little bit of the process there. Also, I speed it up. I'll probably go on a little bit a little bit more in depth there because I feel like we didn't tap into all the exponential consequences that we could have got there. I think we could have got a, a little bit deeper though in hindsight. So there's that too, but it's fine. Just as a quick rule, quick note, mental note, you guys are liking this calls more, like full on role plays. Is it more helpful?
Yes.
Learning faster. Cool. Awesome. Right. Amro, something else you wanted to say? You had that you have been the closer.
No, that's it on this particular roleplay.
Awesome, great. Cartal?
My two biggest takeaways are, first of all, when recapping, we should recap the negative things. It's
Yeah.
way more powerful. And also something like you didn't close 7 out of 3, like the negatives, right? What you said, and that's really powerful. Instead of just a desire, in the beginning as well. And the other the other thing is that when you I think I wrote it exactly. When you go into with Andrew Nathan, when you went into you made him relive his situation with the kid, with the mother. So I think that's really important to make him relive that. That's another takeaway.
When we're talking about that situation that it's painful, in this case, Andronator talking about the situation that was talking to the mother and talking to this principal. I'm not gonna say, oh, so this happened. No. Where did this happen? Who was watching? What did they said? How did you felt? I'm squeezing that so that he is, yeah, yeah. And then I'm gonna invite him to keep having that life. Because then he's gonna tell me, you know what? I can't. I don't want to. And now it's boom, door is completely shut down. George showing up literally after 2 role plays. We're finishing 2 role plays. Hey, I'm gonna show up. Motherfucker. Putain. So Jaden, good. Nothing else.
Good. Thanks.
Awesome. Aiden Rampias.
Good day, fellow comrades. My question was not so much to you, just like general to the room for all of the guys who have been doing lots of B2C selling. Is Do you guys see much resistance around asking people how much money they earn? Like, because I haven't really done any B2C, it just got me wondering, like, if I was on a sales call and people are asking me like, how much money are you earning? How long have you been earning that kind of money for? I would just be like, bruv, why are you asking me this?
Can I answer that?
Go.
When I'm in the offer I'm in now, the one Jaden was in, I remember the owner was telling me, "Oh, these are A-list people. Careful, the typical B2B prospects." The thing is, I've been working with this guy that you all know, so my understanding of B2B prospects are on such a high level now, where when people complain about 6K, 10K, it seems like nothing. So you have to
I
have
was
that
saying
mentality.
B2C.
resistance with them.
Yeah. Just like normal standard people, you know, who only earn like 2, 3K a month
Okay,
or something.
I'm gonna intercept because B2C, B2B, they're humans. They're not different creatures. It's the same fucking shit. I do not want you guys to believe, oh, no, but he's B2B. I need to be more sophisticated. I have to, the money's, oh, this is B2C. No, I have to be super casual. I have to talk about emotions. No. It's just two factors. Number one is just like Jaden said, it's who you have in front. I have sold on both B2C and B2B. And the most casual people, and I'm not even kidding, were the B2B guys. And then I have fucking idiots telling me, hey, but if I spend $536, I might not be 3 months into the future with funds. And this is B2C on a fitness offer. So it's always who you have in front. That's the first. The second thing is, and all of you write this down, the real difference between B2B, between B2C, is how short the leash is. What does that mean? I want you to imagine that there is a little imaginary bar. You know that in the little games, have anyone played Mario? That is like you have several lives and you can die. Like you have 3 lives. I don't know, I never played it, but after you die 3 times, you're cooked. Okay. So the only difference is that in B2B, you have a shorter leash. You don't have the option to fuck around that much because it's people who usually understand the business, understand how things go more than in B2C. So it's you have a shorter leash. And in the analogy of Mario is that in B2C, by default, you have 5 lives. In B2B, you have 3. You can make less mistakes because it's usually people who have more knowledge. And if you see something like Noel saying, imagine you're skydiving to a guy that knows sales, he's going to tell you, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay? In B2C, let's pretend the prospect never heard that. So it's like, in the worst case, he can say, what? Why are we talking about skydiving? We're talking, what? What's going on? So do you see the difference? That's the main difference. Just for you to know. Now, your question is, in B2C, what do I do if people ask me if I make money? What was your question?
No, my question was around when you speak to normal B2C people, do they give much resistance when you ask how much money they earn? Because I feel like if I was on the call and somebody was like, how much money do you earn? And I was going to go into an econ program, I'd be like, why the fuck does that matter? So that's why my question was so broad. It wasn't really so much about like B2B or B2C. I know like the way I kind of worded it because in a B2B conversation, I feel like if you ask how much money someone's business earns is like slightly more different than asking how much somebody personally earns.
Well, the thing is
Do
that
you get where
the
I'm
way
coming
you're
from? Do
saying,
I make any
yes,
fucking sense?
you are, lad. You are. Don't worry. The thing is that it's just even the way you phrase it. The way you phrase it, you saying when I speak to normal B2C people, well, you're already labeling them as a different creature. Don't do that. They're not different creatures. They might at tops they have a little variance, but they're not different people. Don't do that. The second thing is that if you this is the biggest hack to know if people will be bothered by you asking them how much money they make. It's because how much of an authority they see you as. I never have this problem. I never have this problem. And this is the example of let's just do the doctor. You go to the doctor's office and he says, take your pants down. And you do it. If Ambro shows up and he says, takes your, no, what? It's the context, it's the authority that you have in front. The doctor is asking you because it's for your own benefit. When I ask the question, okay, When I'm doing the data gathering, I'm not saying casually, hey, how much money do you make? When I'm asking the question is like I did literally with Amro, that we were role playing with Andronator. Do you see it? Okay, how many hours do you work? Okay, this. Okay, to get the full picture, how much do you make? Okay, what are the expenses? It's like I'm a doctor running a diagnosis. I am such an authority that you're not even questioning why would I answer you? And let's say you do, I'm gonna look at you. Why wouldn't you tell me? And that's all I'm gonna say. And you, because I am literally doing it to understand your situation and see how I can help you do the best thing. Just by that principle alone is just with that presence, I never had that problem. If I had that problem, I can go to route two, which is explaining to them, hey, I'm doing this because I want to help you, because I really want to understand your situation. Because if you genuinely don't have the need to do this, then, well, I'll just tell you. If you're rolling in money, this might not be the best idea today. But if it's on the opposite, then yeah. Or maybe you're very tight on finances, then I will have to help you see how you can, in case you want to work with us. And I think we can help you. So that's the second one. And the third one is with an analogy, which I have done multiple times, which is the typical, I don't know, the video that I did, the viral video on the mechanic. Like that one is the easiest example. Just tell me the price. I'm not going to tell you the price on this. If I take my car to your mechanic store and I just say, hey, how much is this? You're not going to, like, you cannot tell me a price until you looked under the hood. And it's the same here. It's just like on the opposite side. You need to understand what's going on to help them. You make an analogy on it. Do you encounter this problem a lot, Aiden, or just happen once?
No, it hasn't really happened. I was just curious if it was something that comes up frequently.
Well, you got to be careful because if you're thinking about this, you're going to manifest it. You're going to bring it into the existence with the universe. Your vibrations will haunt you on this. Now, Aiden, first of all, don't be thinking about an objection. Like, why would you be thinking? I'm not thinking about the objections. I'm just going to be. Imagine this. When I give you guys advice, but what if you don't listen to me? I'm not going to be doing that. I am the fucking coach. You're going to listen to me or you're out. Learn from someone else. You go with the same. I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to find out what is your situation, see how I help you. You even pre-framed the call if you did this correctly. And they agreed upon it. So I'm not even going to be concerned about that. And if it happens, I'm just going to remind them. You agreed that I was going to ask you questions to help you. Why are you hesitant? What's going on?
Yeah, I wasn't deliberately like making shit up. I was just kind of like going along with the role play in my head. And then when you got to the questions and you asked about the money, I was like, why the fuck does that matter? Like just for me being like a prospect. And then that's what made me wonder, oh, is this a common thing that people have?
It matters because he was making $9 per hour. And that's why he wanted to leave. Literally, that was his selling point. And the fact that the argument that happened with this woman. So, yeah. You're
Yes, sir.
assuming it doesn't matter. Assumptions kill sales.
Yeah. No, I was saying as in like if somebody asked me that on a sales call that I was buying into, I was just saying that to me as a prospect, that would cause resistance.
If you were on a call with me, would you doubt me? Would you actually confront me on that?
I feel from like the start, from just like a bird's eye point, like probably.
I highly doubt that, especially with your personality. You would just take it up the ass, Aiden. You would not say
Maybe,
anything to me. Anything to me.
probably.
It's also because I am framing you very clearly. I'm going to ask you questions to really understand what's going on with you. And I'm going to say it to you. And then if you end up saying to me, why are you asking me this? I'll just remind you and I'll tell you. If you're hesitant to tell me the stuff of your life, then sure, don't do it. Let's just call it a day and you stay where you are. You booked the call with me. It's you. You have a problem. I mean, do you want my help or not? And I'm literally going to tell you like this. So, yeah.
Okay.
You're not fully convinced. You're 80% convinced.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't been on a sales call for a long last time, so I don't know. But that's just how I felt when the roleplay was going on. So I was just curious about it.
I never had that problem. And if I did, after I tell you that helping me understanding you would help you, if you still refuse, well, I just told you, well, I cannot help you then. If you're not willing to even help me help you, there's no way you're going to be successful at this. So you might as well just quit now. And I'm going to tell you that because it's actually the truth. It's not a tactic. And if you want to be hard ass and say, you know what? Yeah, I'll leave. Okay. I lose one commission. You lose your life. I win.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah. Isabel, George.
Yeah, I don't know how much you guys have done in the way of apart from just roleplays, because I was just there for this bit. But I'm just curious on the setting side of things, how's that going to work, and also the more logistical aspects of the training. I guess you've already done it.
You guys, I understand why. Isabel already asked this.
Oh,
I
okay.
understand why. But this need to have everything under control does not help you. This need of I need to do a setting thing. I don't know how to do it. You mother, you're closers. So it's literally the equivalent of you guys playing soccer professionally. And then I say, you guys have to run. I need running trainings. What do you mean you play soccer? It's just that you're not being able to convert that. And yes, I'll help. I'll show you. What we agreed is that Isabel and Russian Comrade and whoever, they're going to make literally what you guys have as a script. And then I'll make a loom. And then I'll show you, okay, I will do this.
No, we had a script.
We do.
You
Okay.
do. You do.
Yeah, we
Really?
do have a script.
But the
Where
thing
can we
is,
find it?
That's news to me. I didn't know that either.
I send
right.
you a link, Aiden,
All
and I
right,
will
all
send you
right, all right, all
George.
right. We don't speak about it. Come on. Smart, smart. I'm surrounded by very smart people. Come on. So
Can you even hear me?
we can hear you, but give me a second. So I'm gonna do that loom. I'm gonna help you with that, but still it's the same. You're not gonna follow a script unless you guys don't want to make money. So it's not okay. What should I do? Is you guys know what to do. You're telling me, George, that you don't know how to frame someone. Hey, I'm gonna ask you questions, really understand you, see if I can help you. Like you don't know how to run a discovery.
No,
You
yeah,
don't know.
no,
It's like you
no, I can
see.
do that. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I can help you give you more clarity if you guys are lost, but it's not. I think you guys are like, "Oh, I have no idea what to do. No, it's not that. So
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm more stuck in the logistical side of things of like all these payments and these loans that he's done has taken fucking he's made it so much more confusing than it has to be. It's like, bro. Yeah.
no idea what you're talking about, Isabel.
Yeah, I have a really, really delayed takeaway from the role play.
Go for it. Go for it.
It was just that being curious, like, really matters. For example, when Andre was talking about the story, I would have been like, oh my goodness, like what happened? Like, and that happened? Like, tell me more. What happened after that? Like, just because that's interesting. Like, that is a crazy story. Like, I would want to hear about that anyways, just regardless of that. And that was part of the sell because that was a lot of pain for him. Just like,
Yeah. That curiosity will make him live it again. He's reliving that thing as he's telling you that. So yeah, 100%. Being curious is super important. Right? We good, lads?
Yeah, man.
Kevin looking like the devil. Kevin, you cannot be so black. You're darker than the chair. That makes
You
no
gotta blur.
sense.
You gotta blur it. You gotta edit that one.
Kevin,
Um,
smile, please, for us.
What? Why not?
That's crazy. That's criminal, actually. Okay, so Aiden, you're 90% there. You still believe that this is not that good, but I want you to understand that. I want you to take it to the worst place, right? I want you to take it to the worst possible place, which is imagine that this could have upset the prospect because you didn't have the authority to ask it well, you didn't preframe it well, whatever. It is so important that was the number one factor that made it sell because we knew how much he was making. So even in the worst case, you still need to ask it, especially in offers like this that is about making money. If the offer is about making money, you need to know how much money they make. If the offer is about fitness, and believe me, I know, I sold a lot of it. People are not always happy to tell me how much they weigh, but I still need to ask because how am I supposed to help you otherwise if I don't understand you? If I don't know where you're at? Is this making more sense now? Is it, lad?
Yes.
Cheerio. All right, let's call it a day. Good training. Did you find it helpful? Was it good? Yes? No?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.